line for Rich Eisen. You mentioned that Deion and you have been talking since he was at Jackson, but what was the approach? What was his pitch to get you to actually come and coach?
Not really a pitch. He position was available. He had a need. We worked together for a long time. We've been friends for a long time. We talked football a long time, and he was just like, "Look, man, this situation, being here, it's right for you. Like, this is going to be something that you're, watching what I'm doing. Deion's people, as you know, you've been around Deion. What you see is not everything. And he's been watching me on social media, watching me move, listen to the things I've been saying, some of the stuff I've been doing, and some of the guys that play in the league or in college that I've helped influence to get to the next level. And he's like, "You're already doing that. Like, it's already a part of your scope of work. We're just going to give you a place to do it at." And like I said, I'm a person, things have to make sense. And, he did a good job at having it make sense. And it was just like, okay, all right.
Will you hit the road for recruiting?
Okay. I mean, it's a conversation. I think here's what I'm noticing, and I'll say this. The way recruiting was back in the day, I mean, kids are reaching out. There's a portal. There's so many ways. There's so many different avenues to get the kids these days that they hit the road to recruiting. It's like I'll say this, Suze, it's like the combine. Like, who needs to go to the combine anymore? Like, all the stuff that you have, you can evaluate kids. There's so many entities out there. One of the entities that a friend of mine is presented to us, All Pro Scouting, it's an app that literally we get all the kids' information. I can watch their film, and I can get information on what Hall of Fame players have rated them on, and I can literally look at and see what a Charles Woodson say a kid does at corner or safety, or what Ray Lewis think a guy is doing at middle linebacker. Care what they say more than what some other person says. So I get to use that and evaluate these kids and really use a lot of the things that's different than it was when I was getting recruited.
Do you think the combine's time has passed?
If you're still worried about what a guy does in shorts versus what they do on the football field, if a Tom Brady or a Brock Purdy, if they don't sway you to where you're wrong, and here's what I'm gonna say to the GM or the person that's making the decisions about where to draft a kid, they use the combine for when they're wrong. When the kid does it, listen, on Patrick Mahomes, whoever drafted Patrick Mahomes, what they're saying is, "I knew this all the while." The guy who drafted somebody who was a bust will go to his notes and say, "Well, here's what the notes said on him." Like, it's you understand ball players. The one thing that they haven't found to measure is somebody's competitiveness in their heart. There's just no real telltale on that. When you put them in between the lines and adversity smacks them in the face, can they push themselves and pick themselves up off the turf and ask for the football one more time?
Yeah, there's no Wonderlic for that. That is for sure.
Nope.
What was your combine experience like? I've got more questions for Colorado, but before we finish this combine, let me just ask you about that.
It was different. And I say different because I watched everybody else do all the testing stuff, and I was just like, listen, I've ran for a bazillion yards. You guys know how fast I am. I'm just here to do meetings. I met with the top 3 teams, and I didn't meet with anybody else. And there's a story. There's always a story behind it, Suze. So here's literally what happened. This is so funny. I'm at the combine. It's like one of the coldest, I'm talking about days ever, weekends ever in Indianapolis. Blizzard. I'd never been in this. I didn't even have a coat. Coming from San Diego and New Orleans. It's so cold. I'm meeting. I go to dinner with my agent. I hustle back. I'm running. My ID fall out my pocket. I slip on the ice. I get in just in time for curfew because we had curfew, and I realized I lost my credential for the next day. Somebody found my credential. They said I was hanging out. I remember leaving Indianapolis saying, "This is the coldest place. I cannot stand how cold it is." With the second pick of the draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Marshall Faulk.
And you're like,
man.
I better go buy myself a jacket.
Oh man, I went and bought a whole wardrobe.
That's right.
All kind of animals. Sorry, Peter. Sorry.
Yeah, by
Sorry.
the way, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Don't come for me.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Let's just talk about Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter and these guys who are volleying, who are auditioning to be that number one pick. Number one, let me ask you this: who do you think it will be?
That's a tough. I really don't know. There's listen, whether one of the quarterbacks go, whether Carter goes or Travis, it's up in the air. Like normally, I think if in about another month, let me see, the month is the month. Yeah, in about another month, we'll have a better idea. We'll have a better, actually, in the next like 2 to 3 weeks, we'll have a better idea, Suze, because I still think somebody's gonna move up. I think somebody's gonna move up. I really think, and here's what, and I'm a little biased, and people might think this is because I chose to go to Colorado, but I've been around Shedeur since he was a kid, and I've watched what has happened. I've watched what he went through. I watched him mature into the player that he is, and I've been around a lot of quarterbacks, a couple of Hall of Famers, and a guy in Jim Harbaugh as well, who was my quarterback when I was a rookie. I know the demeanor of guys, not just who can play at this level, but who can be successful and get other guys to be great around him. And the kid has all the intangibles. And I'm going to say this because I think it's harder to have those intangibles when your father is a person, let's say a caliber of Deion Sanders. It's hard to step out of those shadows and be an individual. And he's done that.
Do you think Travis, let me go to Travis next, should he be allowed to play both ways?
I think you let Travis do whatever the hell he wants to, as long as he can. That's what I think. It's in today's, let's be real. Today's game, man, these dudes ain't hitting them for real. They ain't banging like that. It ain't no, I haven't seen no corner come up and smack nobody. Like, nobody ain't doing that. And at the receiver position, like the defenseless receiver and all the rules protects a guy. The question is, obviously they do all the tracking with how many plays does he play, the mileage of how long can he play. But based on what he did in college, and I understand it's just college, but by God, the college game is faster than the pro game. They're playing, they're pumping plays out. And I was just impressed at what I saw on both sides of the ball. The kid is, put it like this, if I drafted him, if I was drafting him, he would have to show me he could not do it. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't have to show me that he could. He would have to show me that, I would have to see that he couldn't do it before I took him off of offense or defense. And then he would have to decide which side of the ball he wants to play on.
It seems to me like it's just limiting him by boxing Baby into a corner. Nobody puts Baby in the corner. No one should limit Travis Hunter.
Every GM, and I'm sorry, most GMs, they want to make a name for themselves and say they drafted a guy to do this. I believe, this guy was my, they want to make a name for themselves. This is one of those times where you can really mess it up. I think you allow a guy to come in, and in today's time, when a Deion Sanders was put in the box, a Champ Bailey was put in the box, like, let's unbox this kid and allow him to go out, and let's see how great he can be playing the game of football.
Who's your running back that you like? I would imagine it's probably Ashton Gentry, but what do you think? Who's sticking out?
And I'm gonna be honest with you. He's the only back that I've seen, in a sense, play enough plays that I could say this guy can carry the load for you. And I'm very judgmental on the backs today. Um, you know, teams are playing 3 and 4 backs. I can't get I can't tell if a guy has 12 carries in a game if he's that good. Like I need to see him, in the first half, and I need to see him in the second half. And Genty is the guy that when I watched him play, I watched him play when the games start 0-0, when they've been behind, when they've been ahead, and the level of consistency is just there. I'm comfortable with giving him an early first round grade to go to a team and make a difference. And here's what I'm gonna say, because I hope you guys figured this out, because I'm gonna tell you who did. The Giants figured it out. If you don't surround the running back with some players, then he's not going to look like himself. That's just that. Like that's you learn. You learn a running back needs to be surrounded by players, and he can make other people better. He can he can get a quarterback over the hump. He can be the reason why a quarterback lose the Super Bowl in the fourth quarter compared to win a Super Bowl in the first. Like, because that game was over in the first when you watch the Philadelphia Eagles play Kansas City this second time around.
All right, you led me there, because you and I talk about this all the time, how infuriated I get with the devaluation of the running back. And my question for you is, after this year with Saquon, can we finally put this to rest? And why are GMs still reluctant to pay the running back?
Because guys are coming in. I was literally just talking about it. So guys are coming in, and what they're doing is, because it happened in college. Today, if you have 3 running backs in college, you got to play all 3 of them, because one of them will hit the portal, and you don't want to lose a guy. And in the NFL, you're getting guys coming in from college whom they haven't carried the ball more than 2,000. Let's say they don't have 1,000 carries in 3 years they play college. Like, how can you evaluate a running back with that many carries? It's hard to be able to tell if, okay, so now you can come in, you're going to play a 16-game season, and we're going to give you the ball, let's say 20 times. Well, that you can't evaluate a guy. So what the league is doing is they're accepting what they're getting. So here's what we got to do. Now we got to have 2 to 3 guys play the position. That splits up the money. And unless you are a guy that can carry the load, then they're not going to look at the position like that. And there's only a few guys that's really doing it at a high level,
like,
and obviously Saquon, Christian McCaffrey. When you look at Cook and Buffalo, like, I was thoroughly impressed with him. Alvin Kamara, obviously, no quarterback there, rough season for him. There's a few guys that when you look at it, like, that can help your team get to the next level at the position. And what they all do is they play volume. They all play 3 downs. They're volume guys, and they can help you. Derrick Henry is the outlier, in the sense of what he's able to do. I was impressed that going to Baltimore, doing what he was able to do. And I was just like, man, he even caught some balls. I think he had like maybe 10, 15 catches this year. I was thoroughly impressed with his ability to, like, I'm going to rebrand myself. And on 3rd down, I saw him in the game at times. It was just impressive what he was able to do when I talk about guys playing all 3 downs. And he had an impact on that team. But there's just not many guys who have the opportunity to play all 3 downs because of the situational aspect and what coaches want to do. Can't believe I'm gonna leave out my guy with the Rams. Kyron was so special this year, and he's like, I'm gonna say, this year he'll take that step into the elite running back category when you look at him as a guy that can do it in all 3 phases of the game for you. He really showed me a lot this year.
Real quick before we let you go, before the commercial break, I want to ask you about Cook, because you brought him up. If you're the Bills, do you pay him? Seems like a silly question.
Damn right. You can't. I don't see how not. Don't get fooled by what you did by allowing some guys to get out of the door. You made some good draft picks. Some guys came in and helped you. This young man is special. What he's able to do, and I didn't know that he had the ability to run inside behind his pads with the power that he displayed in playoff football caliber games. I was just impressed with him. And then the intelligence, understanding the game, it's next level.
Marshall, I love you. Happy birthday. Thank you as always for your time. Send my love to your gorgeous girlfriend, and I hope to see you next time in person.
Thanks, Suze.
Thanks for joining us here. Let's go to a sports update with Andrew Bogusch.
Infinity Sports Network Sports Flash.
Susie, this update sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs for protection on the road and on the water. See how much you could save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. NFL GM and coaches were asked this week at the scouting combine in Indy if Travis Hunter is a cornerback or a wide receiver in the pros. The Colorado star still planning to be both.
They say nobody has ever done it for real the way I do it, but I tell them that I'm just different.
Hunter will not do any on-field work in Indy, by the way. Penn State pass rusher Abdul Carter opting against surgery after a stress reaction was found in his right foot this week. He's apparently dealing with little to no pain, and he's planning to work out for teams at Penn State's Pro Day next month. Number 7, St. John's held on for a 76-70 win at Butler last night. That clinches them at least a share of the Big East regular season title for the first time since 1992. And Rick Pitino is now the first men's Division I coach to win a conference title with 5 different schools. I'm Andrew Bogusch.
Hey, like us on Facebook. Our handle is INF Sportsnet. That's INF Sportsnet for our Facebook page. This is the Infinity Sports Network.
We crunch the numbers so you don't have to. This is WEEI 850 AM, Boston, an Odyssey station.
Here's a riddle for you. What do yoga mats, a toothbrush, and a Hyundai have in common? I'll give you a moment. Time's up. If you guess they're all fun, well-designed, and super useful, you guessed wrong. The answer is you can order all those things on Amazon. And the best part, you won't even have to break down a car-sized Amazon box after, because you'll pick up your Hyundai at the dealer. Hyundai, now available on Amazon. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details. Limited availability. Pick up through a participating Hyundai dealership in select markets.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Empower. Nick bought a new guitar, a 62 American Classic Electric. Does he know how to play? No. But Nick's Empower investment account has performed well. He got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risks. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. This is a really good guitar solo.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
Do you have a special needs child or an older adult in your home? The risk of them leaving the house unnoticed is real and terrifying, but you can protect your loved ones with Vivint Home Security.
Alarm on.
Our child has autism. He doesn't usually elope, but one day he did, and it was the most terrifying moment of our lives.
If I didn't have a home security system, I would have realized way too late he's gone.
Right now, Vivint is offering a free doorbell camera with any new plan, plus free installation and low monthly monitoring plans. Smart locks, lights, cameras, and more make Vivint Home Security the smartest way to protect your family and prevent a tragedy. Vivint is the #1 smart home service provider in the U.S. Protection is just a phone call away. Call 800-953-6693. That's 800-953-6693. Monthly service agreement required for free installation.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-242-3186. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-242-3186. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-242-3186.
Sponsored by Coast One Financial Group.
Insight, info, and trends. And oh yeah, lots of fun along the way. This is WEEI 850 AM, Boston, an Odyssey station.
Back here on the Rich Eisen Show radio network, Infinity Sports Network. Happy to be with you. And the callers are coming in. You know I love the callers. So let's just go to the phones right now. Derek in Missouri, what do you got for us? Hello.
Hi, Susie. I got a little special top 5 here for my friend TJ over there down there in the corner.
Okay.
So, TJ, are you tired of all in, literally aggressive, and having a GM, owner, and president that can't really tell which direction he's going?
I truly am, Derek.
Well, I got a little surprise for you, my friend. I got top 5 for you. Top 5 teams that could be most suitable for you to go jump to this fan base if you decide to subside from the Cowboys.
Okay, let's hear it.
Number 5, if Jay Thornley was there today, he would like this one. How about the Raiders, TJ? How would this be suitable for you, just in case?
The Raiders, okay. What else you got?
All right, number 4.
Really quick, you're gonna have to do this pretty fast because we've got a minute before break.
Yeah. All right, no worries. So number 4, the Broncos.
The Broncos, okay.
For me, I don't know. Number 3, Carl Anthony Towns would like this. The Eagles.
Oh, no, Derek, hang on. No, Derek.
Chance. No chance, Derek.
You had me until that, Derek. No.
All right,
what else
number 2.
got?
You might have jumped through some tables for this one. The Bills.
I kind of knew where you were going there. Okay.
Not bad.
And then number 1.
I think over a year ago I asked you this question. If you, besides the Cowboys, what would be your second favorite team, or on the side, the Steelers?
This is factual, Derek. Well, I got to be honest, Brockman. A couple of these teams, I like where Derek's going. Obviously, the third team, that will never in the Rock means ever happen.
Right.
Me becoming an Eagles fan. The Bills Mafia seems to really like me. They've been welcoming me to come over. And, you know, the Steelers, like I said, if there ever was a true number 2, it is the Steelers. So that gives me something to think about, Derek. That's a good 5.
Derek, thanks again for your time. That was a selectively aggressive top 5. Really well done there. Really well done there.
Just assumed that the Broncos were going to be number 1, knowing that Derek was doing the list.
Well, Derek knew he threw one in there that was just, there was no chance. So that knocked it down to 4, really. And then we already know the Steelers are kind of there. So that's 3. So I think Derek put some thought in that.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job. Michael Ken, by the way, we're going to come to you in the next hour. This wraps up the first hour of the Rich Eisen Show. 2 more to go. Vincent Goodwill, Rich Eisen, and David Anspaugh to remember the life of Gene Hackman.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. How is it sharp? How is it electric? Good questions. Try this on for size. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime, forcing, playoffs on the line, golf. With 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, LA, New York, and the Bay. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. Tune in to TGL Monday night, only on ESPN. Keep up. It's golf.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof and massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
We're back in the Miller's front yard who recently switched to True Green.
Their lawn started looking like a golf course, and PGA Tour golfers started showing up.
Here's one now hitting out of this lush green grass. He has to avoid that sandbox to keep his round going. Oh, into the sand. It's a toy dump truck and rolls out.
Oh, the neighbors love the action on this True Green lawn.
Get a PGA Tour quality lawn for as little as $1 a day. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com. Exclusions apply. See TrueGreen.com for details.
A 6-letter word for an app where you can easily find and book an in-person or virtual appointment with the perfect doctor by searching specialty and insurance and reading real reviews from real patients.
It's ZocDoc, obviously.
Genius. How'd you know that?
How do you think I found an amazing therapist, dentist, and primary care doc?
Can't believe I didn't know this was an option sooner.
You've got options. Download the free ZocDoc app to book today.
Long gone are the days of waiting to be seen in a doctor's office only to have that awkward conversation with your healthcare provider. WISP gives you access to sexual and reproductive healthcare from the comfort of your home. Get treatment for BV, yeast infections, UTIs, and much more delivered directly to your home or ready for pickup at your local pharmacy in less than 3 hours. The best part? WISP is discreet, convenient, and you don't need medical insurance to receive care or prescription medication. Visit us today at hellowisp.com.
If you've been waiting to hear Macy's winter clearance, now's the time. Get everything you've been eyeing all season long at prices that are worth the wait. How good? Think 40 to 70% off coats, sweaters, boots, and more. Plus, come in and get an extra 20% off all your clearance purchases. That's up to 75% off. So if you've been waiting to treat yourself to something cute and cozy, hurry into Macy's now, because you're not the only one ready to score amazing winter deals. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Do you have a special needs child or an older adult in your home? The risk of them leaving the house unnoticed is real and terrifying, but you can protect your loved ones with Vivint Home Security.
Alarm on.
Our child has autism. He doesn't usually elope, but one day he did, and it was the most terrifying moment of our lives.
If I didn't have a home security system, I would have realized way too late he's gone.
Right now, Vivint is offering a free doorbell camera with any new plan, plus free installation and low monthly monitoring plans. Smart locks, lights, cameras, and more make Vivint Home Security the smartest way to protect your family and prevent a tragedy. Vivint is the #1 smart home service provider in the U.S. Protection is just a phone call away. Call 800-953-6693. That's 800-953-6693. Monthly service agreement required for free installation.
Do you have over $10,000 in credit card debt? The stress from excessive credit card debt can ruin your life. Collection calls, sleepless nights. If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, DebtBlue is here for you. DebtBlue uses secret programs that most credit card companies won't tell you about. They'll help you consolidate or settle your debts for a fraction of what you owe. With DebtBlue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved. There's no risk. The more you owe, the more DebtBlue can save you. See how easy it is to get started with free information. Let DebtBlue show you how 10 minutes could save you thousands. Call now. 800-200-6895. That's 800-200-6895.
I'm just living sky high right now. I'm very thankful for it. And the team at DebtBlue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you. They're great.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
This is The Bet, WEEI, 850 AM, Boston. Part of the Bet MGM Network. An Odyssey sports station and Boston's home for wagertainment. Always live on
Ball here on this Thursday afternoon as the Red Sox take the long 2.5-hour trip north of Fort Myers to take on the Detroit Tigers. Cooper Boardman here with you, Rob Bradford along in just a moment, and it will be today and tomorrow all about the kids. The top of the Red Sox lineup today reads this way: Roman Anthony batting.
After all your hard work, you can't let anything stand in your way. That's
Considering an aluminum standing seam or shingle metal roof. Classic metal roofs
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Did you know that a sloth can hold its breath for longer than a dolphin? Here's another fact. You can listen to the radio on your smart speaker. Give it a try. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.
This is Ty Law, Pro Football Hall of Famer. Aviva Trattoria serves beloved Italian classics and is the perfect place to get together with family and friends. Enjoy fresh-made bolognese, marsala, piccata, and fried Montanera pizza prepared in our scratch kitchens from fresh local ingredients. Relax at the bar with the signature cocktail, now featuring my own Corvus Vodka, the official vodka of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Watch the action from the scratch kitchens or book a private event. Visit AvivaTrattoria.com or stop by any Aviva location near you.
Men?
If you've been waiting to hear Macy's winter clearance, now's the time. Get everything you've been eyeing all season long at prices that are worth the wait. How good? Think 40 to 70% off coats, sweaters, boots, and more. Plus, come in and get an extra 20% off all your clearance purchases. That's up to 75% off. So if you've been waiting to treat yourself to something cute and cozy, hurry into Macy's now, because you're not the only one ready to score amazing winter deals. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health, and you've heard me talk a lot about how treating low testosterone can improve your sleep, your workouts, your energy levels, and more. But today I want to talk about your sex drive, because low testosterone can have a significant impact on your desire for intimacy. It can even be a factor in erectile dysfunction, and if you're in a relationship or wanting to be in a relationship, a low sex drive could really be a problem.
After all your hard work, you can't let anything stand in your way. That's
is in left field. Gleyber Torres, former Yankees DH. Kerry Carpenter is in right field. Cole Keith, the guy who signed an extension obscenely early, he's at first base. Jake Rogers is catching. Jace Young is at third.
A fastball on the outside corner at 1:06 p.m. 79 degrees at first pitch here just east of Tampa in Lakeland, Florida. Blue sky overhead, some white clouds. Second pitch, and it's grounded up the middle at their shortstop, Trey Sweeney, positioned behind second. He scoops and throws for the first out of the afternoon.
You know, and Cooper, not only are we excited to see these guys, the Anthony, the Campbell, and the Myers, play against big league competition, but with all the buzz they're getting around baseball, Jeff Passan just wrote a lengthy story for ESPN.com on all three of them. And I think that people everywhere these guys go throughout baseball, all eyes are on them, and they really, really want to see what everyone's talking about.
Christian Campbell's turn, batting second, playing second, right-hand hitter. He takes just outside. He put on a display in batting practice today. This is not a small ballpark, 340 down the left field line, with a big berm above it, 420 to center, just like Comerica, as a pitch comes inside. And, you know, I think it's one thing to see these guys at home where, yeah, Campbell clear the monster, and you say, that's a good swing. But you get a much better appreciation for his pull side power watching him swing the bat here. As he takes outside, count moves to 3-0 from Jack Flaherty.
And for all those who are interested in such things as over-unders in spring training baseball, the wind is always a big tell. And today the wind is blowing out. Almost never do you see the wind not blowing either dramatically in or dramatically out. Today it would be out, so expect a high-scoring game.
I can honestly say I did not check the over-under of today's game. 3-0. is on the outside corner for a strike. Four-seam fastball at 95 from Flaherty.
I love watching Campbell because you've obviously seen him play a lot more than I have in Worcester, but how he commits to a swing.
He swings and misses on a slider down and away, 3-2.
It's so interesting, and people have talked about it, where you're committing to the swing until the very last minute. And I know that talking with Julie McWilliams on the Baseballs and Boring podcast,
3-2 foul back.
They were both trying to find, okay, whose swing do you have? What swing can we compare you to? And I think Julian had said Hunter Pence, and that was a good one, but he came back with Alfonso Soriano, which I thought was a great one.
3-2 is again fisted foul off to the right. He does have a little Soriano in him.
Well,
he's got to pull the socks up.
Yes, yeah. I mean, people forget what a career and what a dynamic player that guy was. If Christian Campbell can have that sort of career, I think anyone would take it. But just the aggressiveness in every single swing.
3-2 is high and tight for ball 4. Christian Campbell starting in the 2-hole today. His first plate appearance, works a walk on 9 pitches against Jack Flaherty.
And Cooper, we're talking about these guys and where they're going to land in the camp and what chances they have of making the team. You know, I think Christian Campbell was perceived as the guy who probably had the best chance of the 3.
Marcelo Meyer in with Christian Campbell off first. Campbell faked the go, and the pitch is outside of Marcelo.
But I do say this, you know, the vibes I'm getting early on in camp is they're going to give Vaughn Grissom the first crack at that second base job, I feel like. Maybe David Hamilton. But Christian has sort of been in the back burner.
1 ball, no strikes. Campbell leads off first, and the pitch to Marcelo, batting from the left. He swings, hits this hard. Center field deep. Malgeri tracking back towards the gap. It's over his head and off the wall. Marcelo Meyer around second. Campbell around third ahead of him. He scores. Marcelo delivers a very loud RBI triple. Happy spring. 1-0 Red Sox in the first.
Everything that you like to see about Marcelo Meyer, that swing, that really smooth swing was on display right there, Cooper. And you have it, get it up in the air, slightly opposite field, more to the center field. The center fielder goes back on it, but you saw, we just talked about the wind. That was perfectly placed into exactly where the wind is blowing out, and you knew he wasn't going to get there, and Marcelo and Christian Campbell took advantage of it.
1-0 Sox, 3 batters in, and a pitch low to Abraham Toro.
Man, what a nice, sweet swing, right?
Gosh, it's butter. When he is right and when he's healthy and when he's consistent, it is a buttery swing. It's a very big ballpark that he almost left the yard in opposite field. First pitch swing, Toro, ground ball to second. Lee comes home, so does Meyer, and the tag's applied to get Marcelo Meyer. 4-2. Toro safe at first on the fielder's choice, working on the contact play with 1 out.
Yeah, and well, speaking of, I was why that play was going on. I was desperately trying to think of a pun to Land O'Lakes. So you're onto something with the buttery swing of Marcelo Meyer. But Marcelo Meyer going contact play, just racing home, makes a nice slide, but really not a chance. Good play by the Tigers.
2 down, Toro on. Right-hand hitting catcher Carlos Narvaez swings and misses. One of the cool things about being here, too, is this ballpark is set up for the advanced metrics. So we'll get exit velocities and distances today, which we don't necessarily get in every single spring training venue. Marcelo there goes 104 off the bat, 103.6 to be exact, and 408 feet opposite field off the left-handed bat into a very, very deep part of this park, as deep as it gets in this park. Narvaez takes a strike.
Yeah, we were at a game in Port Charlotte the other day. Not only didn't we have it for our own access, miles per hour or anything else, but the players didn't as well. They were shut down. I said, oh, well, how was your ball moving? What was going on? We don't know. Nothing was turned on.
Man off first, 0-2, and Narvaez swings and misses way out in front of a breaking ball to end the inning. Marcelo Meyer delivers an RBI triple. Said it was a day for the kids. Kids are here. 1-0 Sox after half an inning. We go to the bottom of the first on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
Save on sirloin steak and ground turkey today at Shaw's and Star Market. Get value pack beef petite sirloin steak or 99% lean Shady Brook Farms ground turkey, $3.97 a pound when you use a digital coupon. Limit 2. Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Hey, Lou Maloney here. Joint pain sucks. It's not the most technical term, I know, but the word fits. Best part is I talked OrthoLaser into using it. Why? Because joint pain sucks the joy out of exercise, the fun out of playing with your kids, the ease out of shoveling the driveway, even simple stuff like getting out of bed or reaching into the cabinet. My advice? Ease your pain. Heal your pain with OrthoLaser New England. Their FDA-approved robotic laser uses targeted light therapy to stimulate your body's natural healing process. It helps your body heal the joint that gave up days, weeks, or even years ago. OrthoLaser New England is your answer for any joint. New injury, old injury, even arthritis. And here's the best part. Treatments cost hundreds, not thousands. So do what I did for my elbow. Schedule your free consultation at any Massachusetts or New Hampshire location. For your pain-free joint visit, ortholaserne.com. That's ortholaser with a Z, NE.com.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
First gets a ground ball. Foul. First pitch swing by Trey Sweeney. Red Sox 1, Tigers nothing. Bottom of the first inning. Quinn Priester's on the mound against Trey Sweeney. Top of the Tigers lineup, Sweeney, Riley Green, and Gleyber Torres. Priester's second pitch is outside. We're excited to watch Quinn Priester pitch today.
Yeah, he's really bulked up and had a pretty good spring by all accounts. So he had a good call-up last year. Really showed some good stuff.
Pitch is outside.
It's really the Hector Velasquez, Brian Johnson role, which at the end of 2018, Always Cora said those guys are our MVPs. And in other words, you know the starters are going to go down. You need these other guys to stop and make as many as 10 starts.
2 balls a strike. Pitch is chopped, first base side, bouncing at Christian Campbell. Sure-handed on his first try moving left. He flipped to first to get Sweeney. And Christian Campbell passes his first defensive test at second base.
Cooper, you saw Quinn Priester a lot in Worcester last year. And I know that when he was first acquired, they drew back and worked on some things. What was your impression last year?
So he comes to Worcester, right, deadline deal, jacked up to be in the organization. First pitch down and into Riley Green. He was so excited to just get the opportunity. You know, Pittsburgh, it kind of, and I don't want to speak for him, but it did kind of feel like maybe his development there had hit kind of a plateau. As Green scalds one on a line up the right center field gap. This will be multiple bases. Bounces off the wall. Thompson gets to it in center and fires in. By the time he does, Riley Green is standing on second with a pants clean double.
At 93 miles an hour, just turned around, no doubt about that. If we get an exit velocity, that's easily over 100.
How about 112 off the bat?
Really?
Riley Green.
I would not have thought 112. Man, that was turned on. And here comes a guy, we talk about the team investing, the Tigers investing in this team that did so well. Gleyber Torres is a perfect example of that up right now.
1 year, $15 million deal. Gleyber Torres. He takes outside from Priester. Yeah, it's funny because this team in the Detroit Tigers, in many ways, is a very similar place to the Red Sox. They have a very good young core. Theirs is a little bit more on the pitching side. 1 ball, no strikes with Green off second. Priester delivers, and Torres swings and misses. Needed more right-handed bats going into the offseason. Remember, they were the other team, along with the Chicago Cubs, that were most loudly calling for Alex Bregman's services. Obviously, the Red Sox got the better there. 1-1 is low. They didn't have really an answer at second base, kind of like the Red Sox. Don't necessarily know who's. And let him grow a beard. I guess that doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, it does not matter. I don't know if you know that. It does not matter anymore.
2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch is swung on, popped high and foul off to the right.
I'll tell you what does matter, the fact that he went over there and really sort of monkey wrench in Brian Cashman's plans with the Yankees when they acquired Jazz Chisholm, because the plan was to play Jazz Chisholm at second, move Torres over to third, and Torres just said no. I mean, obviously a topic of conversation. Yeah, he didn't say it like the Rafael Devers no, or maybe he did. I don't know.
2-2 foul back by Torres.
But it is, we talk about spring training storylines and conversations, and I know the Devers thing, rightfully so, is something we can talk about, a position changing, but it's a broader topic, Cooper, right? I mean, we've had plenty of examples. That's one of them. A guy who won't switch positions, and they acquiesce to him.
Man off second for Torres. 2-2, and he takes low, checked his swing, and pulled it back on an 83-mile-an-hour curveball.
You know, there's cases like that, especially in season when you have trades. I've seen that happen where they acquire a player and they say, you're going to play here. And the player like, no. I'm not going to play here. And you get so deep in the season, you don't want it to become an issue. You don't want it to become chaotic. I'll give you a Red Sox example from way back, or not too far back, about 10 years. But Yoenis Cespedes was a guy, when they acquired him, they said definitively, he is going to play right field. He is athletic. He's going to play right field. He worked out there one day.
3-2 is tap foul. One day?
One day. He worked out there with Arnie Baylor one day. And then next thing you know, he's playing left, throwing underhand, like softball throws into the infield. But they're definitively, that's what they said. We want him to be right field. And he's like, no. And you just go along to get along.
3-2 is swung on. Slice foul again by Torres off to the right.
But Lucas Giolito came on the podcast, the Baseballs and Boring podcast today, and speaking of the Devers thing, I'm paraphrasing, but he just flat out said, we were all kind of shocked about how, like, everyone made a big deal of it. It's not a big deal at all in this clubhouse.
Counts 3-2. Torres about to see a 9th pitch from Quinn Priester in the first. Here it comes. And it's just high for ball 4. So Torres works a 9-pitch walk after the green double, and then on first and second against Priester here in this bottom of the first inning. Red Sox leading 1-0. I also thought, Gleyber Torres was among the more undervalued players in baseball these last few years. He plays a position that where almost nobody's hitting. Like at second base across the league, the OPS is way down. Obviously had the big season where he terrorized the Baltimore Orioles a few years ago, but since that, I know he's had some struggles. He's been among the better power-hitting bats at that position as a pitch is swung on a miss by Kerry Carpenter.
Well, the Red Sox showed interest in Torres a couple different times at the deadline a couple of years ago, and then in the offseason leading into last year with the idea that Verdugo might be the guy going back. And to your point, he would have filled a gap.
The 0-1. Gary Carpenter grounds it hard. Left side, ate up Hamilton. He knocked it down. He's got no play. David Hamilton was playing towards the second base bag. He took one misstep to his left and then fell down. Got the ball in front of him, but just had no play. It was hit very hard. At 104 off Carpenter's bat, the bases are loaded now.
Really, I don't know if you agree, Cooper, but it feels like that the best he was going to do is exactly what happened, which was just knock it down. It was a very, very hard hit ball, awkward going to his right.
The bases loaded for left-hand hitting Colt Keith. First baseman for the Tigers. First pitch to him is on the outside corner for a called strike. Yeah, and we understand David had his share of missteps to shortstop last year. That was not one of them.
No, and Alex Cora had said his best position undoubtedly is the second base.
Pitch, swing and a miss, and Cole Keith lost the bat. It's on the backswing. A helicopter down the third base line. Counts 0-2.
Cole Keith is an interesting guy because we talk about the lack of offensive second baseman around the league. Well, that was the perception for him when he signs an extension like 2 days into his career, if that. Was he even in the majors? He hadn't played a major league game, right? So he signs his extension, and, that's the way baseball's going. He has a decent year, but already they're moving him to first base, and they move Young to third and go from there.
Man off every base. Quinn Priester in the bottom of the first inning on an 0-2. That's low. Breaking ball. Keith didn't chase. Well, that's on the topic of guys saying yes or no to being asked to move positions. Colt Keith, they called Colt Keith 2 days before they signed Gleyber Torres. They said, hey, you think you could play first base? He said, yeah, of course.
But he's so young.
Yeah,
and
you can't say
he doesn't have the street cred to say no. He's not like Devers.
1-2. Keith tapped it foul in the right-hand batter's box.
But another guy, and we could talk about this all day long because there's plenty of examples. And usually what happens is the guy switches positions. As someone said, you don't retire because you switch positions, especially if you're 28 years old. But a couple of examples happened in San Diego last year. Obviously, with Bogarts moving to second, he wasn't happy about that by any stretch of the imagination, and they just sprung it on him right before spring training.
Base is still juiced. The 1-2 is low again. Sinker that nearly grabbed the bottom of the zone. 2-2 on Colt Keith.
But along the lines of Colt Keith, Jackson Merrill was a guy who was a shortstop, same draft as Marcelo Meyer. Hadn't played outfield, but not only comes out and play the outfield, but he plays center field, which he never had played.
Pitch inside nearly hit him. 3-2.
That worked out. He's a good player, man.
Well, and also, to your point about these guys being young, Colkie's 23 years old. He's the kind of person, as Narvaez goes out to talk with Priester, where any instant he can spend in the big leagues, he's going to spend. He doesn't care where he's playing. No. And how many times do you talk to a guy like David Hamilton, who's played some outfield and some infield? Christian Campbell right now. Hey, would you play this position to go to the big leagues? Like, no one's ever said no to that question.
Marcelo Meyer's playing third right now. He was working out in the offseason in outfield in case they want him to play there. But, you get that at that stage of your career, you're just doing anything you can. And even a guy like a first overall pick like Spencer Torkelson, who hasn't worked out for them, he's going to do whatever they ask because he just wants to stick around.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded pitch. And it swung on. 2 hopped up the middle. Hamilton snare, steps on second, throws to first, and completes the double play. White hot ball up the middle. Hamilton with soft hands to grab it goes 6 unassisted to 3 to get Priester a scoreless bottom of the first. Red Sox get 1 in the top of the first on the Meyer triple. We're through 1 eventful first inning here at Lakeland. Go to the second on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
Welcome to the Nissan Now sales event. Are you all right?
I wanted to get here before the best offers were gone.
You're just in time. Let me show you what we've got. There's the all-new Kicks. The sporty Sentra. Or our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. You must be exhausted.
I think I'm ready for my next adventure.
For the #1 shopping experience among non-luxury car buyers, according to J.D. Power, get to Nissan now. Now get a low $249 per month lease for 39 months on Rogue. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Well-qualified lessees. 2025 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $46.19 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 3/3/25.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund, so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network.
Now, back to the game on WEEI.
David Hamilton leads off the second inning. He Squared to bunt, pulled it back, and took ball one. Here's the second pitch, and he swings and he grounds it. Rolled over right side through the first baseman, Keith. Lee gets there, throws to first, and in time. Just beat Hamilton down the line with Flaherty covering. That went by two guys before Flaherty ends up making the catch at first base. And thought for a second with Hamilton's speed, he was going to beat it out.
I thought there was no chance Flaherty was going to be able to get over there when you see Hamilton running. And there's a couple dynamic guys we've seen in camp or in spring training so far. Him, Chandler Simpson of Tampa Bay. Oh, my goodness. That guy can fly.
It's crazy. Somebody on a podcast put it 90 grade speed on the 80 grade scale. One out, nobody on. Nick Sogard. Switch hitter batting left, takes low from Jack Flaherty.
And as you noted in the previous broadcast was that Chandler Simpson was the guy who necessitated a redshirt year for Christian Campbell at Georgia Tech.
One of those low 2-0. I do think that that's something that people forget about Christian is, like, he played 1 year of college baseball, and now he's played one real full year of minor league baseball. And that's it.
And that's why I think they're pumping the brakes on him a little bit.
2-0 high, 3-0 to Sogard.
When the camp started, when the position players started, everybody was screaming and yelling. He's impressed. They're not backing off their expectations. But then he shows up in the second group of infield drills or coming in the fifth inning.
3-0 outside ball for Nick Sogard has a 4-pitch walk here in the second.
And also, you just talk about Nick Sogard for a second. This is a guy that you've seen play a ton. And he's sort of like, this is going to be a weird analogy, a poor man's Chase Mydroth. In the sense of everybody he plays with says, this guy can play. This guy is good.
I don't know if Nick Sogard's going to be a major leaguer for the Red Sox for 100-something games as Trace Thompson takes low. I know that Nick Sogard is a major league player. And he has been, he's changed his approach, and he has pretty much dominated AAA over the course of a year and a half. He leads off first. Trace Thompson, the batter, 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0. He's hit for some more significant power. He doesn't swing and miss very much, and he plays every single position that you could ask him to play. He's played all three outfield spots. I wouldn't put him in center, but he could play there. He could play the corner spots. He could play three infield positions well. 2-0. And it's fouled off of the catcher. He's the kind of guy that I think the Red Sox will be very happy to have on call if he doesn't make the opening day roster.
And as I said, everyone he plays with singles him out. And in conversations that you don't even introduce him. Say, oh, well, what about the second base? Or how's Bregman? I had one player when we talked about, oh, Bregman's coming. How's that going to impact the other guys? He's like, oh, it's a tough break for Sogard. Like, he wasn't even on the mind. He should be, though.
2 balls, 1 strike. Spinning the throw over. Sogard gets out. Punched him. Flaherty steps up and picks him off.
He was reading his press clippings. You saw that he was going, he was leaning the other way.
You heard your voice floating down from up here.
I yelled out.
Oh, what a nice thing that Bradford just said about me.
Yeah, I yelled out, how dare you, Nick? I was saying such nice things about you.
So the count 2-1. Now nobody on with 2 outs for Thompson. Pitch from Jack Flaherty is accidentally fouled back on a check swing by Thompson. But it'd be interesting. The road seems very difficult for him to make the opening day roster. He gained 18 pounds in the offseason, Nick Sogard did. Best shape of his life.
Best shape of his life.
Best shape of his life. 2-2 outside, 3-2. Best shape of his life. Best shape of his life.
I think that the Red Sox finally...
I got to interrupt you. We got our first challenge of the day.
Ooh.
Big spot here. So this is a challenge by the Tigers. We'll all look up at the scoreboard together. The pitch is coming in, and it is a strike.
Oh.
Called strike 3. It's sliced off the very outer limit of the plate on the box on the screen, and Trace Thompson, about 15-second delayed, is out.
And in case people don't understand, they stop for the delay, and then awesomely on the Jumbotron, they actually show the image of the ball coming through the strike zone, and sure enough, as you expertly described, a strike.
The Tigers win their first challenge. They're 1-for-1, and the inning is over. Trace Thompson looks stunned as he walks out to the outfield. 1-0 Red Sox. After 1.5 on the Shawson Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Herb Chambers is throwing heat this season with an exceptional lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Offering 35 brands and thousands of vehicles, Herb Chambers offers you the most choices when looking for your next vehicle. Game on.
Xfinity here. How can we help?
Hi, my daughter invited her entire class to her birthday party. Can my Wi-Fi handle it?
Oh, well, at Xfinity, our latest gateways have tri-band Wi-Fi technology, letting you connect hundreds of devices at once.
No way. So if all the kids are watching stuff on their phones while their parents are sharing videos online...
Yep, go ahead and watch videos. They can all do their thing and party their way. No problem.
Oh, we are gonna need a bigger cake.
Now through March 21st, get fast, reliable 300 megabit Xfinity internet with unlimited data included and an unlimited mobile line for just $30 a month for 1 year. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless plan and auto-pay stored bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Xfinity internet required. Reduce mobile speeds after use of monthly data included with your data option. Data thresholds and actual internet speeds vary.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Jake Rogers just started the bottom of the second inning with a ground ball to first base, and Abraham Toro made a great diving stop to his right, shoveled on to Quinn Priester to get Quinn an important first out in this bottom of the second inning. Red Sox down 1-0 with Rob Bradford, Cooper Boardman, Joe Braverman back inside the flagship WEEI. Priester had some trouble in the bottom of the first, but got a double play to get out of it, and he gets a swing and a miss against Jace Young, left-hand hitting third baseman. Every single one of these outings for Quinn Priester matters as he tries to stake his claim. It's going to be hard to find his way to the rotation, although who knows what's going to happen with Cutter Crawford as this pitch is just high to Young.
Well, he's not making the rotation out of spring, almost definitely, unless they have a rash of injuries. But the reminder of Cutter Crawford and Brian Bayo.
Pitch is swung on, hit high in the air, deep towards left field. Roman Anthony appears to be under it as he tracks to the corner and makes the catch with one hand. 2 down quickly for Quinn Priester.
Yeah, like we said, we mentioned the Hector Velasquez and Brian Johnson 2018, but that's how this works. We've already been reminded of it because of the Crawford thing, but whether it's Richard Fitz or Quinn Priester, off of what we saw from them last year, not only in Worcester, but when they called up, not two pretty good options in terms of depth guys.
Hao Yu Lee takes outside. They brought Priester to Worcester, and his first outing was kind of ugly. And every outing after that was pretty darn good. 1-0. Appeared to be down the middle. Was called the ball. Red Sox did not challenge, so I guess Carlos Narvaez wasn't down with it. Count 2-0. But they changed Quinn's arm slot, which they've done a lot with a number of different guys, but through biomechanics, they basically decided that he could throw a little bit differently. 2-0's inside, 3-0. It wasn't completely foreign to him. He had thrown from a little bit of a lower slot earlier in his career, when he was having some more success, when he was more highly touted prospect with the Pirates. 3-0 inside, and he loses Hao Yu Lee 4 pitches.
I love that trade. I love good baseball trades like that, or perceived good baseball trades where we don't get consumed with getting 5 guys back for 1. And that was just, hey, listen, we have this top prospect for this top prospect. It's not working out, or they're blocked in their position at their respective organization. So Nick York, you're going to Pittsburgh. Quinn Priester, you're going to the Red Sox. Okay, it's a good trade.
Man on for Ben Malgiri, right-hand hitting center fielder, the 9-man. He takes a strike, slider at the bottom of the knees.
So we have a couple other spring training things going on. Always something, always some drama, always some injuries, always some bouts of excellence.
What do you got? What news are you about to break here?
I'm not breaking anything. social media is breaking, or whoever's at the game. Gunnar Henderson exited with a trainer in the first inning for the Orioles. So that's obviously for the Orioles, who already have sort of weird vibes heading into the season, having not really done the shock and awe moves that a lot of people thought they might.
0-1 swing and a miss, 0-2.
And haven't lost Anthony Santander, obviously replace him with Tyler O'Neill. We all think highly of him. Also, in a more positive vein, Nolan Arenado hit his first spring homer, a 3-run shot. Nolan Arenado, everyone's going to be watching him.
No balls, 2 strikes. Man off first. Quinn Priester from the stretch gets a swing and a miss on a slider that was down the middle until it took a sharp left turn. K's Malgiri, and the inning ends. So 2 scoreless innings for Quinn Priester on the road against the Tigers. We go to the third. Red Sox up 1-0 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Hi, I'm James Pratt from Basement Technologies. Find out how fast and inexpensive it is to keep your basement dry for good. Don't let rain cause damage to your home. Call 1-800-BUSY-DOG or visit 1-800-BUSYDOG.com and keep your basement dry for good.
Come visit CCL Homescape Showroom in Abington this year to experience our state-of-the-art kitchen showroom. At CCL Homescapes, our design team listens, understands your family's needs, and stays on the pulse of trends. We work with you to create a beautiful and efficient space that your family will enjoy for years to come. Our showroom is open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday. Go to cclco.com to learn more about how we can create the kitchen of your dreams. cclco.com.
We're right back to the Sox. You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Justin Sin Garcia swings first pitch. Hits it way up in the air to center field. Should be playable. Malgiri's on. He waves everybody away and makes the catch. Every time Justin Garcia swings, it is loud.
Well, so when I went around asking his teammates to spell his first name, Nathan Hickey being the only one that could, would you have? I know I interrupted you in the pregame. Can you just do it off the top of your head?
I just look down. Do me a favor. Middle of the 5th inning. Just like look at me.
Next time he gets up.
All right.
Okay.
All right, we'll plan for that. Pitch is high to Roman Anthony. All right, so we're 8 batters away. I got to start thinking.
Yeah, well, you go over there. We were just talking about the American League East, and your disdain for Toby Sagano of the Baltimore Orioles surprised me.
Roman Anthony takes a strike.
But it is interesting, and I think that this is a case that you make, and it's not a terrible one. It's not a good one, but it's not a terrible one. You like every team in the American League East.
I love every team in the American League East.
Somehow every team's going to win over 95
yeah.
wins.
1-1. Roman swings and fists it out of the air to left field. Riley Green trots in and makes the catch. 2 down here in the 3rd inning. Red Sox leading 1-0. I think the Blue Jays have become underrated a little bit. I think that it can't possibly be as bad as it was last year. I think the Orioles are still good. I think that 1-2 of Eflin and G-Rod up top is outstanding. The Red Sox have taken the biggest jump of any team in the division. We talked about the Rays yesterday. As Christian Campbell digs in against Kenta Maeda, pitch outside. Maeda on for Jack Flaherty, right-hander. So 2 innings for Flaherty. He gives up the RBI triple to Marcelo Meyer, and now Maeda, out of that very deliberate whine, been long known for, fires outside, count 2-0 to Christian.
Man, one of the things I love about spring training, many things, is the jerseys you see at the games. They saw a Patrick Sandoval jersey.
Oh, sure.
I mean, Patrick Sandoval, is he here?
Well, you're sure that's not Mr. Sandoval walking
No,
around?
I mean, even so, like, the guy isn't going to play.
2-0 swinging a ground ball foul.
But hey, listen, the person's getting out ahead of things for those big games in September.
I'm looking at it. So the ones that I can see, I got a Miguel Cabrera, not stunning. Got a Pedro, not stunning. Jim Leland, Roberto Clemente. There's
Well, I
some
feel
good
like
ones.
more Red Sox, almost more Red Sox jerseys than Tiger-related jerseys.
Yeah, Yaz is sitting in the third row. 2-1 is a strike to Campbell. 2-2.
We're gonna go with it. I'm sure that Yaz would wear around a jersey of his own.
Jason Varitek's actually one row behind him.
And then Michael Jordan's running one row behind him.
Whoa, what a day.
Yeah, what a day.
Nobody on, 2 down, 2-2. Christian Campbell swings and misses late on a fastball running inside at him from Maeda. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for 36 years young Kenta Maeda. Go to the bottom of the third. Red Sox leading 1-0 over the Tigers in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
If you're a heating, cooling, or oil burner technician looking for a much better opportunity, it's time to talk to my guy, Scott McFarland at McFarland Energy. Up to $2,400 in safety bonuses every year. See McFarlandEnergy.com/careers.
I'm Carl. I'm 68 years old, and I lost 40 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. And looking at pictures, I realized that my color wasn't good. I looked bloated, constantly tired, out of breath. It got to the point where I decided it was time to pick up the phone and call Awaken 180. The combination of the diet and the coaching really pushed me over the top. My self-confidence soared. I'm walking, I'm working out. Instead of 68, I feel like I'm 28. I just had my annual physical, and my doctor looked at my blood pressure and he said, "What did you do? What happened?" And I explained that I'm on the Awaken 180 program. I've never felt so good in my life. And as somebody that sometimes likes to take the shortcut, I didn't have to do that with this program. Awaken 180 is my solution for weight loss.
Paul's solution for weight loss. My solution for weight loss. Teddy J here. Lower blood pressure, increased confidence, feeling years younger. Want the same results? Then do what we did and make your own 180 at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken180weightloss.com.
At the American Heritage Museum, we proudly celebrate Black History Month. Join us in Hudson, Mass. as we salute the courage of Black military heroes all month long and salute the sacrifices they made for freedom and equality.
Looking for a great value for lunch? Visit the 99 Restaurant for their new Daytime Deals menu, available Monday through Saturday until 5 p.m. Try the Vermont Cheddar Chicken Sandwich, flatbread combos, and 6 new hearty sandwiches. You gotta love the 9s.
Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Bottom of the third inning, Red Sox spring training action. Sox and Tigers. Red Sox are on the road, beautiful Lakeland, Florida. And the right-hander Josh Winkowski is on for Quinn Priester. So Winkowski out of the wine, delivers a fastball for a strike against left-hand hitting Trey Sweeney.
You talked at the beginning of the broadcast, Goop, about the opportunity for these young prospects to face major league pitchers. Well, Christian Campbell against Maeda, perfect example.
Pitch low.
I mean, really, Maeda carved him up.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy who doesn't get carved up a whole lot, certainly in last year. But that's exactly what happened, and that's why we can't put cart before the horse.
Well, at the end of last year, and Christian Campbell had a great season. He was minor league hitter of the year. 1-1 is high. I think that crossed up the catcher Carlos Narvaez on a breaking ball. Counted 2-1. At the end of last year, there were a few moments you could see the final couple of trips for AAA Worcester where they attacked him relentlessly inside with fastballs. That unorthodox swing, he just had a little trouble getting to it. 2-1. Swing and a chopper over Winkowski. Back to Hamilton, who makes the grab and throws to first on the run for the first out of the third inning.
One of the good things about this prospect group is that whoever makes it up to the majors is not like you're going to say that guy has to be that. Because even the best, they come up, maybe they're good for a stretch, and then they have to make an adjustment. Devers did it. A great example is Michael Chavis a few years ago. Bobby Dahlbeck, obviously.
Riley Green takes outside.
But you're going to go through that, but you don't have to be the guy. And I always refer to Pedroia back in 2007 as the example of this.
1-0. Green swings, floats it in the air down the third base line out of play.
Where when he was put in at second base in 2007, his Rookie of the Year season, he was hitting ninth. And he, has been well documented, he was awful that first month. Alex Cora, as he also well documented, carried him until May, and then he caught fire. But it took him some time, but they didn't need him to catch fire.
It's also why Alex Bregman getting signed changed everything.
Huge.
1-1 low and away, 2-1. Because, okay, Christian's going to come up at some point, and if he has a bad 3 weeks, and he's the second baseman, and there's no other option, and he has to be the savior of a right-handed bat, that's a really hard place for these guys to be in. 2-1, Green fouls it off to the left. Count moves to 2-2 on the left fielder, who's an all-star for the first time last year for the Tigers.
I think I will make the proclamation right now, unless William Abreu or another outfield gets hurt, I think all three of these guys start in AAA. I don't think that's a huge reach. But.
No, I don't think so either. And it would make a lot of sense. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitches inside. Count to 3-2 on Green.
But we are waiting for the guy who wins the Sam Travis Award for just tearing up spring training and getting on the radar of everybody and changing the conversation.
No obvious answer. Grounded foul the other way. Who won it last year? Mark Contreras?
No, I mean, I did put out the tweet say, don't sleep on Romy Gonzalez.
I actually do remember sitting with you in this booth and you saying, Romy Gonzalez is going to be on the Red Sox. You said it.
That was before or after the food poisoning?
It was pre-food poisoning.
Okay.
Your brain had not yet been addled.
Okay.
3-2 is low and in ball 4. Winkowski looked like he wanted to challenge it. Narvaez did it. And Riley Green has a walk with 1 down in the 3rd.
Well, I think that obviously Romy had a really solid spring training and made the team. A guy that sort of intrigues me is a guy playing first base right now. Abraham Toro. Don't sleep on Abraham Toro, Coop.
I will wake up on Abraham Toro. I didn't even know I was sleeping. Man on for Gleyber Torres, who takes outside. What do you like about him?
That he's played in the major leagues. That he's looked pretty good. We just saw him make a really, really nice play at first. They also, there is not a lot of depth at first base right now. Nathan Hickey made a couple nice plays the other day. And also knows how to spell Just Nixon's Garcia's first name.
1 out bounced by Narvaez back to the screen, and Riley Green runs to second.
But it's almost striking how sort of thin they are in terms after Casas at first base.
I mean, Romy Gonzalez is the clear backup first baseman. If you took those 2 guys off the roster, Rob Refsnyder, who has worked out at first base in his life, would maybe be the next first baseman. I have no idea.
Connor Wong.
2-0, swinging a pop-up. Right side. Toro, the first baseman under it, took 2 steps back and allowed the ball to settle softly in his mitt.
Oh, my goodness. I've never seen a first baseman catch a pop-up with such plump.
There were cans of corn, and then there was that. 2 down, man on second.
But, you go back to him, Abraham Toro, it's the same thing sort of as Romy last year, where he was in the opening day lineup for the White Sox a year before, and then he got hurt.
Man off second, 2 down. Red Sox leading 1-0. Josh Winkowski deals on the outside corner to Kerry Carpenter.
You got somebody? It can be anybody. I'm not limiting you.
Thinking about it. Nate Eaton came to mind for me. Fast, some pop. 0-1 is on the outside corner against Carpenter, 0-2. Like, he's got some juice at BP. He's hitting bomb after bomb. Watched him run on that triple the other day in Northport. I'll give you Nate Eaton.
Okay. I will not accept Nate Eaton, but you can give him to me.
What's your problem? 0-2, swinging a fly ball off the bat of Carpenter. Chases Thompson back, shows his numbers, settles under it, and makes the catch. Stumbling back, reaching into the center field wall. 420 out there, and Winkowski needed every inch of the ballpark to keep that in. but he does get out of it. Red Sox lead 1-0 on the Meyer triple back in the first. We hit the fourth on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
Save on sirloin steak and ground turkey today at Shaw's and Star Market. Get value pack beef petite sirloin steak or 99% lean Shady Brook Farms ground turkey, $3.97 a pound when you use a digital coupon. Limit 2. Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Hey, Red Sox Nation, as a homeowner, there's plenty of things that'll distract you over 9 innings. Your roof shouldn't be one of them. Imagine replacing it once and never worrying about it again. That's the power of Interlock Metal Roofing, a trusted leader in the metal roof industry for over 25 years. With a lifetime warranty and expert consultants to help you design a beautiful, durable roof, it's a winning call. One roof, one call for life. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com or call 866-733-5811. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
We're right back to the Sox. You're listening to the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Marcelo Meyer leads off in the fourth inning for the Red Sox against Kenta Maeda. Took a curveball high for ball one. Here comes the second pitch from the right-hander. And it's down and in with the slider under the zone. Count 2-0 to Marcelo. Red Sox leading 1-0 thanks to the triple by Marcelo Meyer back in the first inning. He clocked one 400-plus feet to left center to score Christian Campbell. Pitch here is called inside. Maeda jumped up and down and stared at the home plate umpire, Jen Powell, with the count to 3-0 for Marcelo.
I don't think people really understand how big Marcelo is.
Huge.
He's as big as Roman Anthony.
3-0 is swung on, hit in the air, shallow center field. Malgeri got a late start. Center fielder on. Out goes the shortstop, Sweeney. It's off his glove for a base hit. That wasn't the triple that went 400-something to left center, but it was a nice bloop single. Marcelo Meyer has a 2-hit day.
You see that coming. Once that pop got up in the wind a little bit, that was going to be trouble. One of my least favorite professions of all time would be playing outfield in the Grapefruit League. I mean, I could probably think of some others, but
yeah,
that's up there. It's a tough business, man.
I was watching an interview with Stephen Kwan where he was talking about playing left field, and he dropped a fly ball because his son was so bad, as Abraham Toro, Bradfo's favorite, takes a strike. And it was like he dropped it's impossible to play left field in so many of these parks. They hit a fly ball to left field, and you're just looking into light. And Kwan thought he was going to never make the Major League club. Pitch is outside to Toro, 1-1.
Yeah, between the wind and the sun, it's not anything like you'll see in the regular season, really.
Marcelo Meyer leads off first. Abraham Toro swings and chops it, first base side foul.
I'm going to give you another one along with Abraham Toro. And I'm not saying that Abraham Toro is going to make the team. We're just trying to identify guys who, by maybe, let's say, St. Patrick's Day, the conversation has changed a little bit, and all of a sudden everyone's going to their locker and talking about them. The backup catcher position is really intriguing to me, and what I've seen from this guy on deck, Narvaez, I mean, his catch and throw is incredible.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is swung on, hit hard through the hole in the right side. A base hit. Abraham Toro. Marcelo Meyer goes first, the third. And Abraham Babe Toro has a single.
Where were you for the Abraham Toro game? But Narvaez, I don't know if you get the opportunity to see him catch and throw, but he also said he made some adjustments since he got to the Red Sox this spring. And because I said, what was your pop time in that game at Port Charlotte? And he just was smiling. He's like, we did a few things, and I think it really paid off. And man, I think he must have the upper hand right now in that backup catching spot.
It makes a lot of sense that he would be the second catcher on this roster. As Narvaez digs in here, and he takes a fastball high from Kenta Maeda. I mean, and Lou made this point yesterday. So Connor Wong's going to be the everyday starting catcher. And your backup catcher is going to play every 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, whatever it is. That guy has to be good at defense. You don't need him to be a crazy bat. 1-0, slider for a strike, 1-1 to Narvaez. And so, if Carlos Narvaez can play every 5 days and give you top-end defensive catching, especially because Wong doesn't grade out as a very good defensive catcher, you need him to handle pitching as Narvaez takes inside.
It comes back to the Bregman effect once again, in the sense of that because you have that impact bat, you don't have to worry about another bat not producing.
Runners on the corners, nobody out. Kenta Maeda versus Narvaez, and the pitch is swung on and fouled off the catcher, Jake Rogers. I think he got his bare hand. He was shaking it out. Count to 2-2.
And I'll tell you another thing that sold me on Narvaez. He near his locker the other day, he's all ready to go. Home whites, dressed, ready to take the field for the game. All of a sudden, I'm whiffing. He's spraying cologne all over his uniform. I love that. Smell good, play good. I think that was the first I've ever seen.
That's incredible. I like the idea that he signs an autograph, and then you have the autograph, and also the autograph smells like him. 2-2, swing and a miss, and Narvaez strikes out this time. He and his set will walk back to the third base dugout.
Isn't that what you do? Said I can't give you my autograph, but I can give you my scent.
I can give you my... It's Christian Dior. Red Sox leading 1-0. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Marcelo Myers on third, Abraham Toro's on first, and David Hamilton faces Kenta Maeda. Left-hand hitting shortstop. Had a double play to get Quinn Priester out of a jam in the first inning. And the first pitch to him is cut on and miss. Went after a sweeper down and out. And it's 0-1 on David.
Kenta Maeda might be a good pickup for the Tigers. And, if they did end up getting Bregman, they would be perceived, right there with the Yankees, I think, at the top of the American League, certainly ahead of the Red Sox. And that's what the difference that Bregman makes. I mean, Bregman is that much of a swing, I think, in terms of the perception of the Red Sox and the American League.
It's interesting because you look at the projections and for whatever they're worth, but I do think that there's value in seeing kind of how the analytics break it down as Hamilton takes high, and they're not crazy high on the Tigers coming into the year. And remember, the Tigers were right around a 500 team until midway through August last year, and then rattled off a miracle run, won the wild card series against Houston, and then went to the ALDS where they lost in 5 games as Hamilton takes a strike to go 1-2. But there's a lot to like about what they have, starting with Skubal at the top of the rotation, Flaherty as a 1-2. The position players they have, Kerry Carpenter is among the best left-handed hitters in the game, at least against right-handed pitching. 1-2 outside. They'll challenge. All right, one challenge successful already for him. David Hamilton just took ball 2. We're going to find out if it's strike 3. Jen Powell's microphone just buzzed in all of our ears. Apologies on your radio. And it is a called strike 3. David Hamilton rung up after delay. Kenta Maeda claps his hands and says thank you, nods his head and a bow at Jake Rogers, and there's 2 away.
I love this. I love it. And I know that you're used to it from AAA, but it does add a sense of drama.
It's electric.
Boy, I wish I just had video of you just saying it's electric.
It's electric.
Boy, there's no bigger fan of this than you.
It's so good. And I'll being at AAA last couple of years, as Nick Sogard swings first pitch, hammered it foul on the ground, first base side. Being in AAA the last few years, I've seen all the different versions of it, too. Like they did where every single pitch was called by automatic balls and strikes, which was a snooze fest. And then they did 3 challenges, which was too many. And they've gotten to this point where there are 2 challenges a game. It's incredible drama because the catcher taps his head. 10 seconds later, we have a result. We're looking at the scoreboard. The entire place goes, whoa. I mean, think about it. It's fun. Pitch low. Good stop by Rogers. Count to 1-1.
And there's zero room for interpretation either, because they show this is the umpire where you have the NFL coming out and said, hey, no, this is what replay said. You're going to have to take my word for it. It is up on the screen, the video, the image of either the ball is in the strike zone or it isn't.
1-1. Sogard cuts and misses. I mean, you watched the pitch come in. We all go forward on our seat. Is it a strike? And then it is. And it's awesome. And, baseball is looking for in every corner to make the game a little bit more fun. And this is a very small thing that is better for everyone, that is more fun. Again, men on the corners. Kenta Maeda to pitch to Sogard. That's grounded to first base side. Good backhand stop by the new first baseman, Colt Keith of the Detroit Tigers. And he steps on the bag to finish off the inning. 2 singles, one by Meyer, one by Toro. A challenge, but no runs for the Sox. We go bottom 4, 1-0 in favor of the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
If you're a heating, cooling, or oil burner technician looking for a much better opportunity, it's time to talk to my guy, Scott McFarland at McFarland Energy. Up to $2,400 in safety bonuses every year. See McFarlandEnergy.com/careers.
Brought to you by Fidelity Legal LLC. Past results don't guarantee future outcomes. Recovery depends on case details. Were you abused in a youth detention center, juvenile detention center, school, church, or other institution? Thousands have come forward to hold organizations that failed to protect minors accountable. Even if you can't recall your abuser's name, it happened long ago, or your abuser is no longer alive or employed, you may still have a case. Recent lawsuits have resulted in substantial compensation. In certain places, the average settlement is around $250,000, and some receive much more. You may even be able to file anonymously. Deadlines are fast approaching, and certain cases won't be accepted after June 30th. But we must start working on your claim immediately. Act now, or you may forever lose your chance to file. You can't change the past, but you can be compensated for it. Call 800-310-6608 now. That's 800-310-6608. 800-310-6608.
Town Fair Tire has the area's largest selection of Bridgestone tires. So we buy Bridgestone tires for less and sell them for less. The guaranteed lowest price you'll find anywhere. Plus, we give you more free services for life than any other tire dealer. So when you're looking for Bridgestone tires, there's only one place to go. Town Fair Tire. Because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
The Christian Arcan Show. Weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Josh Winkowski's first pitch of the 4th inning is a strike to Colt Keith. Josh will face left-hand hitting Keith and a right-hander in Jake Rogers before Jace Young. Red Sox leading 1-0. Second pitch grounded right at the shortstop, David Hamilton. He walked left. He made the grab, and he throws to first to retire Keith. Let's take 10 seconds and pause for station ID. The Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
The Eagles play here. Catch PC football, basketball, baseball, and hockey on WEEI AM, Boston, an Odyssey station.
Lakeland, Florida, spring training home of the Detroit Tigers. Winkowski's pitch swung on, hit high in the air off the bat of Jake Rogers. Deep right center field. Garcia back. It's up and it's out. Just snuck over the wall in right center. Oppo pop for Jake Rogers. And we're tied at 1 here in this 4th inning. Think that got the jet streak.
Oh, my goodness, Coop. You know, it's funny because you see that go in the air, then you start seeing the outfielders chase it. And the first thing you have to do is look at the flag. And whereas before, when Marcelo Meyer hit his ball to left center, it got caught in the wind because it was blowing out to left center. Now it's completely shift and is blowing out to right center, and that's exactly where that got caught up in.
So Josh Winkowski allows a game-tying home run to Jake Rogers. As a pitch comes down the middle for a strike to Young. Remember, Rogers, when the Tigers were making that impossible dream of a run down the stretch of last season, Rogers was a big part of that. He was their 9-hitter. As Young checks a swing, takes a called strike on a curveball. And, a guy who really has not hit a whole lot in his major league career was like Hank Aaron for about a month for them.
With a great mustache.
Really good mustache. 0-2 high, 1-2. That was a good mustache battle there. You got Winkowski versus Rogers. Rogers got a little bit more length, I think, on the outside.
Yeah, Jason Foley, the closer for the Tigers, he has an elite mustache.
He's got help with that, though, right? 1-2 is low. He's got performance enhancing like Crisco.
Everything's legal when it comes to mustaches. I was talking to him last year, Foley, about that. I think he does take great pride in it. If you're going to do it, take some pride in it. I want to see you grow a mustache.
You're going to be waiting a long time. Young swings and misses.
Sorry, I didn't know that I hit so hard.
Oh, my God. I can't be offended when it's true, but I think it's going to... If I started right now, All-Star break, I could give you like a shadow. It's ugly.
Really?
Yeah, it's not good.
You never know unless you try.
I tried during COVID.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I walked into rooms and people were scared of me.
Didn't take?
How you lead takes outside. That was called a strike. Count 0-1.
Now that you can now play for the Yankees if you grow a mustache.
That is true. I, at all points in my life, have looked like I could play for the Yankees. 0-1 is inside 1-1.
Goals. It was good to see Dom Smith the other day, and Dom, obviously, he said, this was the first time he's seen his chin since high school after he had to shave because of the Yankees.
1-1 low, 2-1.
And then now that he changed the policy, he said, I'm just going to keep shaving. I've invested this much time, effort, and probably in ointments and lotions into say, this is what I'm going to have to do. Might as well go with it.
2-1 is inside 3-1. Yeah, I am interested in the guys that are in purgatory, right? You had your beard, you showed up to the Yankees, you cut your beard, you said goodbye, you had the emotional goodbye to it, and now you can have it back.
We've said this a couple times since that rule was changed. The preeminent example of sadness was Darnell McDonald cutting his dreadlocks and he waved a couple days later.
3-1 and a chop first base side. Toro came out, snare throws to first in time. It was not the highest degree of difficulty, but it was very impressive, Rob Bradford.
Yeah, listen, it's simple, complex, it doesn't matter. Abraham Toro's going to make the play.
The inning is over. We go to the fifth, tied at 1 for the first time at the Shawson Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Network.
Welcome to the Nissan Now sales event. Are you all right?
I wanted to get here before the best offers were gone.
You're just in time. Let me show you what we've got. There's the all-new Kicks. The sporty Sentra. Or our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. You must be exhausted.
I think I'm ready for my next adventure.
For the #1 shopping experience among non-luxury car buyers, according to J.D. Power, get to Nissan now. Now get a low $249 per month lease for 39 months on Rogue. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Well-qualified lessees. 2025 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $46.19 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 3/3/25.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Town Fair Tire sells all the name brand tires, and we sell them all at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, because Town Fair Tire also gives you more free services than all the other tire dealers, nobody beats
Town Fair Tire.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network.
Now, back to the game on WEEI.
Tied at 1 in the 5th inning from Lakeland, Florida. Red Sox and Tigers. Trace Thompson, first pitch on, hits a fly ball, right field and deep. Did this get jet stream out to the wall? It's over the head of the right fielder. Carpenter hits the warning track. Thompson around first, he's in his second. Got it up there and got a double to lead off the 5th inning.
Trace Thompson, veteran, he knows what he's doing. He knows exactly which way the wind's blowing. He just saw what Jake Rogers did. I mean, this is perfectly placed, and although it didn't go out, Coop, I think you would agree that that's probably caught if it doesn't get up in the wind that he did get up in.
No question. Carpenter went a very long way. He has the glove on the left hand as a right-handed thrower, so he had to reach back over his head. Justin Sin Garcia. You know, I haven't even thought about it. So
Okay.
2 innings ago, you said I got to spell his name next time he comes up.
Yeah,
all right.
all
I'm
right.
only looking at him. I'm not looking at at any paper, no helpful material.
Do it after this pitch. I'll give you a little bit of
All right.
time.
I'm panicking for the next 5 seconds. Man off second. 0-1 pitch. Justin Sin takes outside.
We're gonna hold on. If you're
Okay.
wrong, I'm going to put it up on the Jumbotron as a review.
All right. JHOS. Oh, gosh. I'll tell you in 1 sec. 1 ball, 1 strike. JHOST. Spin to throw to second. Thompson slides back just ahead of another pickoff. TYXON.
So close. So close. Let's look at the. I'm tapping my head. I want to review.
Yeah.
No, you're one letter off.
Nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
And XON at the end.
1-1.
So
on the outside corner for strike.
JHOSTYNXON. Or as Tanner Houck said, PASSWORD.
1 ball, 2 strike. That was humbling. That's low. Good stop by the catcher,
I'm
Rogers.
going to be honest with you. You did his games, didn't you?
No, he never got. He never got there.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I got to be honest with you. You're a professional broadcaster.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, I'm not writing the broadcast.
In your head, you are.
I'm spelling a lot of things wrong.
I tell you what, that was pretty impressive. That was good. 1 letter off.
Because here's the thing, 2-2. Garcia swings, hits it high up in the air, left center field. This is against the wind. Center fielder Malgiri's over, and he makes the catch in deep left center. Thompson tagging from second. 1-hop throw is late. And past the third baseman, Young. Thompson gets 90 feet on the fly ball from Garcia. And the Red Sox have the go-ahead run 90 feet away.
In the second inning, that would have been a home run. I feel like the wind blowing a completely different direction. But I don't mean to interrupt you some more.
No, what I have to say,
Garcia
here's the thing. Like in the break, I was talking a bunch of to all the players that got it wrong. That's the issue. Is that I was acting like I was the guy. Pitch inside to Roman Anthony.
I feel like if you had the confidence of someone who wore a mustache, you would have gotten that. Think about that. Grow a mustache, more confidence, spell the name right.
I'm never going to spell that name right.
Okay.
Roman Anthony swings, hammers it, left center field towards the gap. It is up, and it's off the base of the wall. Thompson scores. Roman Anthony tears around second and stops there. A go-ahead RBI double on a day where Myers already tripled. And the Red Sox lead 2-1. The future is here.
Well, I tell you what, that's the type of swing. We saw basically the exact same swing from Marcelo Meyer earlier in the game, where he just powers it to the left center field gap. But both guys so big and strong, you can see where when they connect on a ball like that, it's going to travel. And that one did, hitting the wall.
I got metrics. Christian Campbell batting now with Anthony off second. And Campbell takes on the outside corner. 104.4 off the bat of Roman Anthony. Again, opposite field to left center. Goes 395 feet that way. Pitch up and away to Campbell. A home run at Wrigley Field, for the record.
Yeah, and also I was just going to say, let's look at where that would play at Fenway Park. You take that all day. You have that swing at Fenway Park. Yeah, it doesn't go out because it's too low, but still, that's a perfect Fenway Park swing.
pitch to Campbell, foul back. Right, and if he gets that swing even a little bit less on a particular pitch, he still gets the monster and still gets a double.
One of the things that's striking about all three of these guys, these prospects, is how big and strong they are. Even Campbell, who is playing second base, he's a big, strong kid.
1 ball, 2 strikes, man on second, 1 out. Campbell swings and misses, chased down and away on a fastball, I think off the plate. And they're 2 down. Yeah, they look like 3 guys that could actually grow a mustache.
Yeah, well, 2 of the 3 have mustache, don't they? I don't know. You know who else can grow a mustache? Abraham Toro, because there's nothing he can't do.
Abraham is on deck. Marcelo Meyer batting now. He takes a curveball upstairs from Maeda. Red Sox leading 2-1. Marcelo Meyer tripled at 104 off the bat in the first inning. And Roman Anthony doubles at 104 off the bat here in the 5th. Kenta Maeda from the stretch. Sets, comes home. And Meyer swings, puts it in the air. Right field, deep. Carpenter tracking, leaping, and it's gone again. Marcelo Meyer has tripled. Marcelo Meyer has hit a home run after an Anthony double. It's all happening. It's 4-1 Red Sox in the 5th.
Yeah, with all due respect to the Abraham Toro game, this has become the Marcelo Meyer game. As you said, you triple, you homer, and there's no doubt about that one. That was perfectly placed with the wind. When I say no doubt about it, I mean no doubt about he hit it in the right place with the right amount of wind behind it. But good for him. He launched it. And this is the thing, Koo. Opposite field for the triple, right there, pulling the ball.
Abraham Toro takes outside. Marcelo Meyer, 3 hits today in 3 at-bats. Well, we've been waiting for the kids to get their starting shot against big league pitching. Marcelo triples off of Jack Flaherty, who helped the Dodgers win the World Series last year. As Toro cuts and misses 1-1. Now he homers after an Anthony double against Kenta Maeda.
Of the 3 guys so far in this brief stint that we've seen them in the Grapefruit League, Marcelo actually, I think, has looked the most comfortable at the plate.
1-1 cut on and miss, 1-2.
And it's not only because he has 3 hits today, but I think that the brief time, Christian Campbell, he's finding his way. We saw the double from Roman Anthony. That was great, but up until then, okay. But Marcelo really looks comfortable up there.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Pitch is up and in. Yeah, he looks like healthy Marcelo Meyer. And, he hasn't played a second of AAA baseball yet. But we know what he was like at AA when he was annihilating that league. 2-2. He was swung on, tagged in the air, right field, hooking towards the pole. Is it fair or foul? Just foul. Abraham Toro nearly made Brad Foe's day.
Oh, man. What a 1-2 combination that's going to be. Meyer, Abraham Toro.
The Big Four.
The Big Four. In case people aren't familiar with Abraham Toro's game, he's had over 360 games in the major leagues with Oakland last year. We won't mention his OPS, but adjustments can be made.
2-2. Toro takes called strike 3 to end the inning. Roman Anthony doubles. Marcelo Meyer homers. And the Red Sox lead 4-1. All that sounds pretty good. We go to the bottom of the 5th. From Lakeland, Florida, on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Save on sirloin steak and ground turkey today at Shaws and Star Market. Right now, get value pack beef petite sirloin steak or 99% lean Shady Brook Farms ground turkey. Both just $3.97 a pound when you use a digital coupon. Limit 2. Sale ends today. When you shop with the Shaws app, you get amazing deals and earn points on every purchase. Short on time? Order free curbside pickup or get delivery. USDA choice sirloin steak and ground turkey now on sale. Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Subaru of New England, Washington's birthday sales event is here. Feel the freedom of driving the rugged Subaru Crosstrek with symmetrical all-wheel drive to tackle any terrain. Buy with 2.9% financing or lease for just $299 per month. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
Feel the freedom when you're driving in a Subaru. Come on!
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Red Sox go to the bullpen, leading 4-1. Again, Roman Anthony doubled. Marcelo Meyer hits a 2-run home run, and a 4-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Quinn Priester started this game. We saw Josh Winkowski for a couple of innings. He gave up just the 1 run. And now the Red Sox go to Michael Fulmer out of the bullpen. Big right-hander against the Tigers. Deals outside to Ben Malgeri. This is Fulmer against a team that made him famous, right? Rookie of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as a starter, and he's trying to be a starter once again.
Pitch is swung on, hit in the air off the bat of Malgeri. Should be easy for Garcia. He walks and walks and walks to his left and puts it away for the first out of the 5th.
A couple days ago when we did the game in Port Charlotte and Fulmer pitched, and it was just an innocuous inning, but he came off the mound and could see him getting some hugs, and I talked to him the next day about, that was, yes, it was a February spring training game, but for him, think about that. He hadn't pitched in so long. He spent all last year in Fort Myers by himself.
Pitch low to Trey Sweeney.
To be able to pitch in a competitive game in front of people, it means a lot for a guy like him, even the Rookie of the Year. I mean, this is a long, long road.
1-0 is on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. That's the Liam Hendricks thing yesterday, right? I mean, that moment, he had waited since June of 2023 to throw the pitch that he did yesterday. 1-1 is down and in, 2-1. Like, these are people that you think about in our lives, like the thing that you like to do the most. I mean, this is what they like to do the most. And, Fulmer's a guy who's not had it for a year, 2 years. 2-1. Swing and a miss by Sweeney, 2-2.
And people should remember when he did get hurt and had to have the Tommy John surgery, he was a pretty effective reliever for the Chicago Cubs, which obviously at that time Craig Breslow was part of that organization.
2 balls, 2 strikes out of the wind from Fulmer. He slings in a called strike 3. Fastball at 93. That Sweeney just looked at.
Well, we were talking about starting depth with Quinn Priester earlier in the game. Michael Fulmer, it might be another option. And the only caveat with that is that he has an opt-out at the end of spring training. So they would have to, if they don't put him on the roster, have to convince him to stick around in Worcester.
Nobody on, 2 down. And a first pitch strike to Riley Green. It also speaks to Michael Fulmer deciding on the Red Sox is he feels like this is now a pitching organization that could get him right. 0-1 is a strike, 0-2.
What was bizarre, Coop, was that he was Rule 5 eligible. And he said, I didn't even know what that meant, a week leading into it. But no team picked him, which is surprising for me.
0-2, ground ball foul.
In case people don't understand Rule 5, if you get selected in Rule 5, you have a chance to make the team the major league team, and if you don't make it, you get sent back to the team that you came from. And you have to be kept on the roster. But for a guy who has major league experience, seems healthy, why wouldn't you pick him?
Out of the wind, Michael Fulmer, rocking the big beard, comes home. 0-2 outside, 1-2.
He hit the previous pitch at 93 miles an hour. He has velocity. He has experience. His stuff looks good. He seems healthy.
Another 2-strike pitch, a 1-2. Called strike 3. Beamed a fastball at 92 right by Green. He looked at it too. Something funky there. And Michael Fulmer works a 1-2-3 inning in his first of the day. We go to the 6th. Red Sox leading over the Detroit Tigers by a score of 4-1 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Ooh, up top, bike shop. Yeah.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messethorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo.
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
At the American Heritage Museum, we proudly celebrate Black History Month. Join us in Hudson, Mass. as we salute the courage of Black military heroes all month long and salute the sacrifices they made for freedom and equality.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sixth inning from Lakeland, Florida. A spring training home of the Detroit Tigers. Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium. Along with Rob Bradford, Cooper Boardman. Red Sox leading 4-1. Home run by Marcelo Meyer. Triple from Meyer earlier in the day and a double by Roman Anthony is the scoring as Carlos Narvaez hits a first pitch foul off his foot from the new right-hander for the Tigers, Will Vest. This is Will Vest, one of an army of guys that you've never heard of that just dominated baseball last year down the stretch of the season. They just kept calling these guys out of the bullpen, in many ways as piggybackers in September and into the postseason, and all of them shoved. Counts 0-1 from Vest. He delivers a slider outside taken by Narvaez. Will Vest, Tyler Holton, Jackson Jobe saw some run, Reese Olson, and all of those guys behind the guy who won the Cy Young, Tarek Skubal. Pitch is cut on and missed, and a count to 1-2 on Narvaez.
You mentioned Jackson Jobe, and that name should ring a bell because he was one of the top 4 picks in Marcelo Meyer's draft class. Very, very high on him.
1-2's low, 2-2.
One of the top prospects in baseball. Maybe the top pitching prospect in baseball.
Was last year. I guess he hasn't graduated, so I don't know if somebody's jumped him, but he was the number 1 pitching prospect in baseball all of last year. That was a crazy thing they did with him at the end of the season. 2-2 foul back by Narvaez. He made his major league debut on September 24th of last year, then was on the postseason roster. He threw 5 2/3 innings in his major league career last year between the end of the regular season and the postseason. 2-2. Narvaez late to a fastball, swings and misses at 94. And there's one down to the 6th. First K for Will Vest.
Yeah, that was called the David Price. Back in 2008, David Price did the same thing with the Tampa Bay Rays, where he makes minimal outings at the very, very end of that regular season and then goes on and plays a huge role in their postseason run. But the difference is that David Price was almost right out of college. I mean, Jackson Jobe was a high school draftee.
David Hamilton takes strike 1. Some defensive changes for the Tigers.
Right on cue, man. David Price jersey. Tigers jersey. Number 14.
Where is it? Oh, I see
14.
it. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to remember if he was he must have been number 14 for the Tigers, right?
There's not even a single part of my brain that remembers that. Pitch low, count 2-1.
That, if we're going to do the power ranking for jerseys and stands, I think I'm going to go with a David Price number 14 Tigers jersey.
That's a bonkers jersey as Hamilton sucks one in the air. Right field deep and gone. David Hamilton's got the juice. A solo shot off Will Vest. And it's 5-1 Sox in the 6th.
We heard a lot about David Hamilton becoming in the best shape of his life, put on a ton of muscle. Well, it translated right there, Coop. I mean, he absolutely torted him into that. Sure, he would have had the wind. He didn't need any wind on that one.
Whew.
Wow. I mean, that was smoked.
We didn't see a ton of crazy power from David last year, although the extra base did come along as a pitch is low to Nick Sogard. But, when he was, I think people forget a little bit that he was a really, really good minor league hitter. Like, he was considered a good minor league hitter. They thought the bat would play. 1-0 grounded off the bat of Sogard. Diving stop by the second baseman, Lee, who gets up and throws to first, gets Sogard for the second out. But, David Hamilton at AAA was a guy who hit home runs. He was a guy who put the ball in play. He was a high-contact guy, and people treat him like he's just a really fast guy, which he is, and I understand that. But, this is somebody who could play every day in the big leagues and hit, I think.
I think he showed that last year when he made the 40-man a couple of years ago, and I think it was in large part because of the rule changes.
Pitch low to Thompson.
And they were anticipating, that you're going to have this sort of guy who was able to steal bases with these new rules, and that was going to be part of the game. But he's become, as you said, much more than that.
1-0 slice foul by Thompson.
But, I mean, that ball was smoked, and you can really see how the added strength translated right there, because I don't remember him doing that a whole bunch.
Just rocked 108 off the bat, according to Joe Braverman. He has a kind of unique swing, 1-1 inside. They really like when he goes the other way because he's got some gap power to left center. Not over the monster power, but can get there. And obviously, if it bounces around in the left center field gap, he probably gets 3 bases. Thompson swing, fly ball, right center. He's already threatened a home run today, and this time he has a home run. Sox have 3 on the day. Hamilton goes deep 2 batters ago. Trace Thompson goes deep here to right center. It's all about the wind. It's all about the power. And they extend the lead up to 6-1 in the 6th.
Can I tell you what? Trace Thompson has really impressed in the few games that he's played. And I know that you're talking about a 32-year-old who's bounced around 9 organizations, I think. But Alex Cora said it when they acquired him. You see the guy play. There's a lot to like.
Justin Sin Garcia takes strike 1.
And in that case, you have 2 different hits. Yeah, sure. He hit him in the perfect places with the wind, but they were both well struck. That one particularly.
No balls, 1 strike. Pitch from Vest is swung on, grounded. Slowly, third base side. Young on. Scoops throws to first and gets Garcia by a step to end the inning. Sox get shots from David Hamilton and Trace Thompson. They've hit 3 today. They lead 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. On the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
If you're a heating, cooling, or oil burner technician looking for a much better opportunity, it's time to talk to my guy, Scott McFarland at McFarland Energy. Up to $2,400 in safety bonuses every year. See McFarlandEnergy.com/careers.
Hey everybody, it's Andy Hart here with Matt and Catherine. They made the decision to lose weight and improve their life together, both dropping 33 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss.
She came home so excited one day and said, I heard about Awaken 180. I'm so excited. You have to try it with me. It's not medication. It's not a shot. It's food. You're going to make meals. And I think that was one of the biggest selling points.
What makes Awaken 180 different is the maintenance program. Just to know that you get that support gives me the confidence to keep going. I think it's important for people to know how much more fun it is to do it with a partner. Just to have the support system, it's so much more helpful.
It's going to change your life.
Thanks, guys. Like any goal, accomplishing it with someone sharing the same goal makes it twice as easy and twice as rewarding. Grab a coworker, friend, or spouse and make your 180 with the solution for weight loss online at awaken180weightloss.com.
It's Elliot from Jordan's Furniture, and I have a favor to ask you. Go to your closet to see if you have a like-new, gently used prom dress and bring it to any Jordan's Furniture store, Antoine's Cleaners, or Enterprise Bank. That dress will be professionally cleaned and given to a teen in need who might otherwise not be able to attend the prom. Your closet will be cleaner, your heart will be fuller, and I thank you.
We're right back to the Sox. You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Michael Fulmer misses with the first pitch at the bottom of the sixth inning to Dylan Dingler, right-hand hitting catcher. All sorts of substitutions for the Tigers, and Dingler fouls it back. Their backup catcher, 6-1 Sox as we hit the bottom of the sixth inning.
Yeah, where were you when you had the Marcelo Meyer game, the Trace Thompson game, the Abraham Taro game?
I was right here.
You're
Joker
right here.
Marchant Stadium, Publix
betcha.
Field.
You betcha.
1-1, fouled off to the right.
Because this is all about conversations, and oh my goodness, a ricochet almost hit someone in the back of the head. I think David Ortiz jersey, as long as we're identifying jerseys. A lot of Ortiz jerseys here, though, today.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Fulmer to Dingler. Red Sox have all the defensive changes, too. We'll get you those. Pitch is fouled off to the right. There are some, it's been long enough where the jerseys have changed in front of us. We got a little Josh Beckett, JD Martinez action in the third row.
Beckett's always, that's always going to be a great jersey.
That's a good jersey.
And the Price 14 Tigers jersey is just jumping out at me.
That's
right
an
now.
insane
He's sitting
jersey.
right next to Pedro, 45, Red Sox jersey.
Boy, they'd have a lot to talk about, huh? 1-2, swing, and it's tapped in front of the plate. Fair ball. Narvaez picks it up, gets the inside angle, and throws out Dingler for the first out of the sixth.
Cool. We love the doing these spring training games because the conversation, the storylines, and we also accept the public how they want to enter into the conversation, ask the questions. There's somebody named Ken Laird who had basically, you just did a spit take. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Ken Laird had. Fan of the broadcast, Ken Laird had asked about where Marcelo Meyer, when, where, and how does Marcelo Meyer make the major leagues? And I think it's an excellent question.
First pitch, line drive off the bat of Carpenter, settles in the mitt of the new right fielder for the Red Sox for the second out.
And to Mr. Laird out there, I will say this. I believe that he starts the year in Worcester. They view him as the backup to Trevor Story if anything happens. If anything happens at all, he's the first guy called up. And then you go from there.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I think that there's, he is probably, as a pitch is high to Colt Keith, he's probably, if there's injury, the first guy to call on the infield if it's after maybe like a month. Like if we get to May and there's an infield injury, I think that he would make a lot of sense. Pitch low 2-0. I will say if there's an injury or something like that the first couple of weeks of the season, I think they would probably go with like a Nick Sogard. I mean, remember, Marcelo Meyer, as good as he looks, as wonderful it is to watch him play, 2-0 is a strike, 2-1 to Colt Keith. As great as it all is, he's never played one instant of AAA baseball. And not that we know exactly what's in Craig Breslow's mind, but what we've seen is pitches again inside 3-1 to Keith. They're not rushing these guys any more than they need to, and they don't need to. Three-1 is low and away for ball 4. Colt Keith has a walk.
And it's still early, but the only other position that Marcel has played is the one he's playing today, which is third base. So shortstop and third base. I think even in the backfields, I haven't seen him work out at second, and I know that he did it in the offseason. But in case you were wondering, well, he's going to be the guy who's interested in the second base conversation, right now I don't think that's the case.
Red Sox lost a challenge, too, on that last pitch. It was very late of a challenge. That is not how it's really supposed to be adjudicated. Like, you have about 5 seconds after the call to try to challenge against it. But, spring training.
Spring training for everybody, Coop.
Pitch runner at first base for the Tigers for Colt Keith. Tehran Lorenzo bats now, and the first pitch gets away, skips from Narvaez, and The unnamed pitch runner runs down to second.
What's your spring training for everyone moment so far since you've been down here?
Oh, you're asking me to list all of the things that I've messed up already?
Yeah. Not spelling gestics.
Yeah, that was incredibly embarrassing.
I mean, honestly, it's not incredibly embarrassing. It'd be incredibly impressive if you did it.
I just missed an opportunity. Lorenzo batting, man on second, pitch, and he checks the swing and takes a called strike.
I have a tie for mine. It's A, trying to put my sunglasses on in front of the Nesson cameras.
Oh, my. If I had $1 for every time I've seen that clip now, you're circulating. You're viral.
I am viral, yes. That's what spring training's all about.
1-1. Outside 2-1. I go to my Instagram reels, like, to kind of, get away from baseball, see what's going on. And you're on my Instagram reels, unable to put your sunglasses on your face.
Yeah, we were talking about that with Lucas Giolito. He's like, dude, what happened? I'm like, do I have to explain this again? I can't see.
2-1 low.
So, without going into great detail, I was on the Nesson camera in back of Trevor's Story, trying to put my sunglasses on so I could see, and I kept poking my eye out trying to do it. So that would be number one, spring training for everybody.
3-1, foul back. I need to interrupt you. You just described it very nicely. It doesn't even remotely do the video justice.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, it's worth a Google.
It really is.
I honestly,
man learns how to put on glasses.
When my son was driving to the airport this morning, I said, "You got to look this up, Colby. You check this out." And he just started laughing in embarrassment.
Lorenzo swings, grounds it softly at the first baseman. That's Nathan Hickey in there for the first time. He scoops and steps on the bag to finish off the inning. We go to the seventh. Everybody's got their glasses on in here. Red Sox leading 6-1 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where TurboTax Expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
6-1 Red Sox as we go to the top of the seventh inning in Lakeland, Florida. First at bat of the day for Nate Eaton. He swings first pitch, grounds it to short. Danny Soretti is the new Tiger shortstop. He scoops and throws out Nate Eaton to begin the inning. Folks, here's your chance to make a donation for an exclusive Red Sox Foundation charity bag and a ticket for the game on April 5th. Learn more at redsox.com/charitybags. That's redsox.com/charitybags. Jason Foley is the new pitcher for the Tigers, and he deals a strike.
Now, usually what happens, we have this mass amount of substitutions, and usually a bunch of guys get on a bus and take off. But most of them, I think, are just going to play in Clearwater tomorrow, and they're going to stay over.
Left-hand hitting Nathan Hickey grounds it foul.
And that's another thing is that you have guys like Marcelo Meyer, Roman Anthony, and Christian Campbell, and people say, "Oh, they stay the end." Well, yeah, they stay the end of the games because they're still like rookies. You know, they're first of all, they love being around here. You can tell that, and second of all, that's what guys at their level do if they can.
0-2 is outside to Hickey. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, and it's, right, they're there with the guys that are their age. Like, everybody else is now getting into the game at their age.
They've been all smiles, man, in that clubhouse, in that Major League clubhouse.
1-2 high, 2-2.
And they've had a great attitude. Obviously, they work hard. They keep talking about listening. We have the example of sitting down with Bregman for an hour meal that first day that he arrived. But also, they just love being there.
Hickey swings on a 2-2. It's a fly ball down the left field line. Long run, Big B. Left fielder over and under and makes the catch, stumbling towards the warning track for the second out.
And we talked about Marcelo. I think that if you didn't have the dynamic of David Hamilton and Vaughn Grissom sitting there, forget about Christian Campbell. I think that right now, as we sit here, Marcelo Meyer might be ahead of Christian Campbell in the eyes of the Red Sox in terms of Major League.
Now that is a kind of a hot take.
I mean,
you don't think so?
Maybe it's recency bias. I don't know.
Pitch is a strike to Justin Reamer.
What I've seen, the confidence that he's playing, how he's swinging the bat, and Christian, it's just been a couple games, fine. And also how they've positioned him in terms of playing times compared to Marcelo.
The 0-1 is a strike, 0-2.
So, but if David Hamilton and Vaughn Grissom aren't sitting there ahead of, then all of a sudden I think the conversation changes up. Marcelo's having this great spring. Maybe you play him more at second base, but that isn't the case. Those guys are sitting in front of him.
0-2 is tapped foul, first base side by Reamer. And I guess it was fair. Or curled back fair, so picked up by Dingler. He threw to first to end the inning. Spring training for all. There's a moment. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Red Sox leading 6-1 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Just like our hometown legends of the diamond, Herb Chambers has been hitting it out of the park for decades with legendary customer service. With over 35 brands and so many locations, Herb Chambers offers the largest inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs in New England. You can always count on getting the lowest prices and best value. And at Herb Chambers, you always get more for your trade. Come see for yourself and experience our legendary customer service today. Herb Chambers. We don't sell cars. We help people buy them.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Visit the 99 restaurant Monday through Wednesday for their newest big deal meal. Your favorite chicken and sausage al forno is back at the Nines for just $14.99 every Monday through Wednesday. You gotta love the Nines.
1-800-BUSY-DOG. Hi, I'm James Pratt from Basement Technologies. If you've ever had water in your basement, it's likely to happen again. So stop the madness and call 1-800-BUSY-DOG. Our patented waterproofing systems keep moisture out of your basement, giving you more living space and increasing the value of your home. Call 1-800-BUSY-DOG or visit 1-800-BUSYDOG.com and keep your basement dry for good.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network. This is WEEI.
Isaiah Campbell on a pitch for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Sox lead 6-1 on the road of the Detroit Tigers, Lakeland, Florida. Big right-hander Campbell comes home and misses low with ball 1 to Isaac Pacheco, who I have almost called Isaiah Pacheco now 3 times. I'd love to see Isaiah Pacheco play some baseball.
Yes.
1-0, and Pacheco takes a strike.
So you thought my take on Marcelo being ahead of Christian Campbell was very controversial.
Well, it's just he's never played a second of AAA baseball. I totally understand what you're saying. I just think he has some miles to go here before he catches back up with those other two guys. Fouled back 1 and 2.
I'm just telling you how he looks so far.
Yeah, he looks incredible.
Well, easy.
He does.
I mean, let's pump the brakes a little bit.
No. Well, I could go both ways.
He looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. I think that all of them, we shouldn't make too much of it. It's not even March. And we get so caught up in spring training. This is one of the great things about it.
Ground ball, right side, through the hole. The right side for a base hit. Isaac Pacheco around first, stops there.
But Coop, we were talking about early in the broadcast about there's always somebody who jumps up and starts becoming the talk of spring training. You go back, Jackie Bradley was that guy in 2013. And, plenty of other guys. And we were trying to find that guy, and maybe it's right in front of us in Marcelo Meyer. That's not to say he's going to make the team.
Pitch low to Hensley.
And I think conversely, maybe like a little bit more of a regular guy or a guy who's perceived as a major leaguer is Vaughn Grissom. Vaughn Grissom has looked really, really good by all accounts.
And they've given him run, too. Man off first. Pitch to Hensley's low. He looks like the guy that we saw at the end of last year a little bit more.
Except bigger and stronger, right?
Yeah, bigger and stronger, but the contact, right? Like the guy that was a line drive hitter, put the ball in play. And I do agree with you that I think they're going to give him every shot to be the second baseman. Fouled back at the count, 2-1 to Hensley. But you do wonder, like, how long's the runway going to be? If he goes up there and has a cold April, and Christian Campbell's tearing up the minor leagues.
Well, the other part of that, of course, is if he's playing second, Bregman's playing third, Devers is DHing. And maybe that tipping point is when Yoshida comes back. I don't know. There's a lot of moving parts there, but another thing, Vaughn Grissom, and you can speak to this. His throwing was a little bit uncomfortable last year. It seems to have cleaned up a little bit, a little more compact.
Yeah, and I just talking to people around the organization, it does seem that way. They're higher on him defensively as this pitch is inside of the 3-1 to Hensley, and he walks, and Campbell puts the first two men on here in the bottom of the seventh inning. And just talking to some people, they feel like he is defensively better than last year, but he really did struggle for a lot of last year. And the way the Red Sox, I'm just really interested to see what they weigh the most. Is it the best hitter? Is it the best defender? If you're picking the best defender that's not Alex Bregman, the answer is probably David Hamilton. But then you're putting a left-hander in a spot where you don't necessarily need a left-hander. The calculus is really interesting. Campbell misses outside.
It is, and I think when we talk about the Bregman Devers thing, that's where I think people get it lost. We focus so much on Devers' ability to, or not inability to field at third base, but it really big part of it who's going to play second.
Patrick Lee swings and misses.
So, yeah, I mean, I think we both agree. Vaughn Grissom is probably going to get the first crack at it.
1-1, swing and a miss. And then, the other part of this is they're working with Christian Campbell every day on second base. Like backfield work with Christian Campbell.
There's no room for interpretation. This isn't like moving him around. He is working at second base.
Yes. And so the second baseman that he walked into camp as isn't necessarily the second baseman that we're going to judge at the end of this about whether or not he makes the roster. Pitch low 2-2. I mean, you could play this out a million different ways, but what if Christian Campbell becomes a solid defense, a 50-grade defensive second baseman? Nothing unbelievable, but good enough. Then all of a sudden, him versus Vaughn Grissom, to me at least, is a much more interesting conversation. 2-2, and Lee takes outside 3-2. Campbell can't find the zone right now.
I'm gonna also blow your mind a little bit, maybe like Severance-like.
Oh,
you know,
gosh.
okay, which is
I have not watched the last episode. Do not.
In other words, I'm going to say something and no one's going to understand what I'm saying. But when they're making these judgments, there is so much information. It's not just what's right out in front of our face.
3-2 low ball 4.
It's because we talked about Arenado before, about why they liked Arenado, why they were willing to trade for Arenado, because it was a lot of the underlying stuff. So when they see these guys, for instance, Von Grissom, they've measured it. He's added 3 miles an hour to his swing, right? So that's one of the things that they might take into account. So it's not just, oh, well, you went 0 for 4 in a Grapefruit League game. Oh, no, we're seeing this. And, I mean, that comes into play more with pitchers, to be honest with you. But still, like, there is so much information which they weigh in that we don't have either access to or we don't really care about.
No, it's absolutely true. And it's why, from the pitching perspective, the difference between Richard Fitz, for example, throwing 94 and 95 and 96, the OPS against him takes massive jumps from 1 mile per hour. And these are the little things where, okay, well, how do you judge a guy like that? Well, if he's sitting 96, 97, he's a completely different pitcher than he is at 93, 94. It's all those kinds of things. Bases loaded, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Out of the right hand of Campbell to Danny Soretti. And that's just one example that came to mind immediately. There are, to your point, a million other examples of ways of measuring who a guy is. 1-1. Soretti swings, lines it, right center field, sinking down for a hit. Should score 1, and it does. Soretti rounded first. He went to second, but they held the runner, so now he's trapped between first and second, being chased and tagged by Liendo. Soretti thought double off the bat. He hit a double. He just didn't run to a double with the man on second, so a run scores. And it's 6-2.
Well, you saw big number 93 turn into the corner on third base, and he slipped. And so that held everybody up.
Poor Danny Soretti. You can imagine being him. He hits the ball. He's like, double. Nice.
There's a lot of 90s in this game right now for the Tigers.
You're telling me.
With no names on their back.
Defensive lineman batting. He takes outside. It's Justice Bigby.
Yeah, who's at third? Who's this character at third?
Pacheco?
Yeah, Pacheco.
No, he scored, but yeah, now it's Hensley.
Okay, all right. With all due respect to Hensley,
fell back.
If you don't have a name on your back, and you're that big, and you're wearing number 93, you're big number 93.
Yeah. We have big, tall number 93 at third. We have shorter, stockier 92 at second. We've got crouch, stance, right hand. I think 93 hitting. Who takes outside? Sorry, 90.
And again,
dead on 90.
No names on their back. These 90 and 93. And I do miss Joe. Joe would always be the guy who is, let's say, portly, a burly sort.
2-1. Swing and it's fouled back.
There's not a lot of burly sorts, honestly, in spring training anymore because they all come in shape.
Everybody's in the best shape of their lives.
But they are. That's the unfortunate thing. We used to make fun of it. I remember Ryan Brazier telling me, I've never been in the best shape of my life.
97 off second, 93 off third. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch is outside. Campbell's got to find the zone here. And this is another guy trying to make the roster, right? He's in that kind of mixing bowl of relievers.
Oh, that bowl is pretty full. It is. I mean, that is a very complex situation.
3-2. Isaiah gets a ground ball to third, bounces up, then Miller grabs it. He's got nobody at third to cover. Looked at the runner going second to third, and 97 is safe. Patrick Lee probably shouldn't have broken, but Miller got caught in a moment. Hensley scores on just kind of a mental mistake, and Bigby makes it 6-3.
Yeah, of all the options that Miller had right there, that was the worst one, to be honest with you. You could have gone a second, you could have gone a first. But he saw the guy running right in front of him when he, as you point out, he shouldn't have been running to third, but no one was there covering third. That's it for Campbell.
Yeah, he's at 24 pitches. Folks, want to remind you there's no place like home. Join us for Red Sox opening day at Fenway on Friday, April 4th, as the Sox take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Get your tickets today at redsox.com/tickets. Sox 6, Tigers 3 in the 7th inning. Pitching change with 2 on and 1 out. We'll step aside on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Come visit CCL Homescape Showroom in Abington this year to experience our state-of-the-art kitchen showroom. At CCL Homescapes, our design team listens, understands your family's needs, and stays on the pulse of trends. We work with you to create a beautiful and efficient space that your family will enjoy for years to come. Our showroom is open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday. Go to cclco.com to learn more about how we can create the kitchen of your dreams. cclco.com.
This is Ty Loft, Pro Football Hall of Famer. Aviva Trattoria serves beloved Italian classics and is the perfect place to get together with family and friends. Enjoy fresh-made bolognese, marsala, piccata, and fried Montanera pizza prepared in our scratch kitchens from fresh local ingredients. Relax at the bar with the signature cocktail, now featuring my own Corvus Vodka, the official vodka of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Watch the action from the scratch kitchens or book a private event. Visit avivatrattoria.com or stop by any Aviva location near you.
Back in Lakeland, Red Sox leading 6-3. The Tigers are rallying here in the 7th inning. Before we go further, let's take 10 seconds and pause for station identification on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
We are your home for Boston College football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. WEEI AM, Boston, an Odyssey station.
Rob Bradford, Cooper Boardman, Joe Braverman back inside the flagship. Mark Hayes, our engineer here in Lakeland, Florida, Publix Field, Joker Marchant Stadium. Sun shining down just east of Tampa. And the Red Sox have a lead on a home run by Marcelo Meyer, triple by Marcelo Meyer, and an RBI double by Roman Anthony, followed by David Hamilton and Trace Thompson homers. Jacob Webb is the new pitcher, and he fires in strike one to the right-hand hitting catcher Dylan Dingler. 2 runs in the inning off Isaiah Campbell for the Tigers. They have men on first and third with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Sox by 3. Webb deals and misses high. Count to 1 ball and 1 strike on Dingler.
Jacob Webb was drafted in the 14th round in the 2021 draft out of University of Miami, Ohio. He is a burly sort.
Pitch is swung on and foul tipped into the mid.
I mean, he's a big dude. His baseball reference page lists him at 6'5", 246.
Out of Miami, Ohio. Got to AAA at the very end of last year.
And he drops down a little bit. We talked a little bit about these guys changing arm angles. For a big guy, he drops down quite a bit.
1-2 against a major leaguer, and he misses high with the fastball, 94.
Robert Stock was telling me the other day that he had obviously dropped down when he went to the Mexican League last summer, then in the Winter League. But he's dropped, since he's got to the Red Sox, dropped down even further.
Wow. 2 balls and a couple of strikes. Pitch is swung on, line left field, base hit. That'll score 1. Picked up by Rozier, gets it in fast, RBI knock for Dylan Dingler. And here comes Lakeland. 6-4 game.
Yeah, Stock was saying that how he's about 4 feet off the ground in terms of his release point. And there was only one other player in Major League Baseball who threw with that velocity from that low of arm angle.
Huh.
And that's what we're talking about. That's exactly the type of thing where they're going to find this unique angle, unique stuff, unique shapes of the pitches.
Men on first and second, Red Sox leading by a couple of runs. Tying runs are on. The first pitch to Hopkins is a strike. TJ Hopkins. I think the part that you just said there about the comp, right? That, hey, here's a major league pitcher who does this. He's the only one who does it. You can do that with the way that your body is constructed. Like, that matters. Pitch nub at the second baseman. Picked up by Liendo to second. One on to first. Pretty double play. Reaver made a throw as he high-stepped over the man sliding in. Thank you. Jacob Webb gets us out of the seventh. Tigers get 3, 6-4 Red Sox. Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Winter weather can be frightful, but Shaw's and Star Market's pickup and delivery, delightful. To help with snow days and driving delays, Shaw's and Star Market offer free curbside pickup or get delivery. That's right, just order ahead and Shaw's and Star Market will have your groceries ready for you curbside, or they can deliver right to your door. These convenient pickup and delivery services are available year-round to help you when you need it most. Download the app now. Shaw's and Star Market can save you time and money.
When it's time to sell your home, you hope your agent knows the market. Timing, pricing, interest rates, neighborhoods, staging, open houses, understanding contracts, completing paperwork, and can actually help guide you on your big move. Don't hope, know. When you hire a Weichert agent, you can be sure you've got a partner who will guide you every step of the way, from listing to closing and everything in between. Weichert. Dream, move, home. Each Weichert franchised office is independently owned and operated.
This is Scott McFarland of McFarland Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarland Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlandEnergy.com.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where TurboTax Expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund, so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Eighth inning, 6-4 Red Sox over the Tigers in Lakeland, along with Rob Radford, Cooper Boardman. New Tiger pitcher, Lyle Lockhart, L-A-E-L, Lyle Lockhart, delivers high for ball one. Abram Liendo is a Red Sox batter. We are officially in who's hitting territory? Pitch from Lockhart is high. Ball two.
And one thing that you should keep in mind when you see these guys who are going to be run out here in the 6th and 7th and 8th and 9th innings, some of them can leave an impression on the coaching staff. I mean, that's happened so many times.
2-0 swing and a miss, 2-1.
I remember the guy that jumps out way back with Jed Lowry, when Lowry started coming up and playing these games, and the Major League coaching staff obviously got a chance to see him and said, oh, wow, you know what? This guy's going to make the team, but he's impressed us.
2-1 check swing, and he went around, called strike anyway. Counts at 2-2.
All right, so we got to get back to your at spring training for everybody moment. You don't have one?
There's nothing that comes to mind. I mean, when you mess things up as often as I do, it's like it all blends together. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch is swung on and missed. On day one in Fort Myers, I made the mistake of not backing into my parking spot. And I didn't park in like the media row where everybody parks, so I was among the masses. And so I'm trying to get out of the parking spot after the game. And as you know, it takes a little bit of time. We have so many wonderful fans at the ballpark, and nobody would let me out. I mean, I was just backing up inch by inch. Pitch is outside.
Yeah.
And that's when I said, oh, I'm in the big leagues. This is good.
Well, no, what you say is, do you know who I am?
I get out.
And you get out. I mean, come on, let's go.
Someone looks me right in the face. They go, no, we have no idea who you are. Mark Cole's very batting. He swings and misses, 1-1.
My other than my glasses mishap, another one was I was talking to Lucas Giolito outside the clubhouse the other day, and just casually talking, and reach over, and there's my Starbucks cup, be a venti. That's what I go with, a venti.
And which one? Is a venti small?
No, venti
That's
is like
big?
a large. Yeah. So my thing is venti Emperor's Cloud, which is like a green tea. I don't drink coffee. So I'm talking to him and casually drink it like a cool guy. And then I realized that was not my cup, and it was coffee, and it was been sitting there for 3 hours.
2-1. Swinging a fly ball off the bat of Colesbury. Tigers center fielder under it. He makes the catch.
I look over, and 20
down.
feet away, there's my cup. I did the spit take all over Giolito. Not really, but it's pretty close to it.
That's disgusting.
But again, like that is, yeah. Nobody cares, but again, it comes back to the original conversation, which is spring training for everybody.
So Colesbury retired, 2 outs in the 8th inning. And the pitch is a called strike. Another pinch hitter for the Red Sox.
I do love spring training because most everyone's in a good mood. You know, the pressure in the season and the time constraints of the season is another big thing.
Tyler Miller batting. He swings and misses. It is true. This is everyone is so relaxed. Everyone is enjoying being here. Everyone's enjoying baseball. You talk to guys in January, and they're like, yeah, everyone around baseball you talk to around in January is like, all right, let's go. Like, let's get to spring training. I'm ready to do this. Pitch to Miller is outside.
Yeah, it's as they go along, you know, it gets more intense. We're going to get into March, and we're going to start talking about rosters. We're going to talk about injury. Injuries become the biggest thing, right? Early on, if you have an injury, all right, well, is it manageable? Is it just something? But then you fall behind.
Pitch outside.
And, you know, with Bayo, with Crawford, with those sort of things, you're like, okay, you can miss a little time, but you can't miss a lot. And that goes back to, we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Gunnar Henderson comes out of the game in the first inning. It seems like it might be an oblique injury for him, and that's the type of thing that's going to take a while.
Oh, it's also you right, exactly. And if you're not on the field playing games in the next 2 weeks, you're not going to be on the opening day rosters. Miller strikes out, and Lockhart high steps off the mound. He's jacked up. Just got 3 men out in a row in the 8th inning. We go bottom 8, Red Sox leading 6-4. On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Hey guys, it's Courtney, and I've got some great news. There's never been a better time to make the move to Verizon. Get over $500 in value and savings when you have mobile and Fios with Verizon. Plus, the Fios 1 gig plan comes with a 5-year price guarantee. Save up to $300 annually on your Fios internet bill. Plus, for a limited time, get a $200 Verizon gift card when you sign up for a Fios 1 gig plan and use it to pay for your Fios bill. That's like getting 3 months of free Fios home internet. Don't miss out. Stop by your nearest Verizon location for details on this limited time offer and learn how you can get over $500 in value and savings today. Gift card offer and 5-year price guarantee ends 2/19/25. Requires Fios service for 65 days before gift card registration. 1 offer per eligible account. 3 months free based on Fios 1 gig plan rate of $64.99 a month with auto pay and mobile plus home discounts. Price guarantee for new subscribers and applies to current base rates only. Other charges and third-party services and perks excluded. Additional terms apply. See store for details.
Hi, I'm James Pratt from Basement Technologies. Find out how fast and inexpensive it is to keep your basement dry for good. Don't let rain cause damage to your home. Call 1-800-BUSY-DOG or visit 1-800-BUSYDOG.com and keep your basement dry for good.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Bottom 8 in Lakeland. Red Sox leading 6-4 over the Tigers. Grapefruit League. And a first pitch foul back from Jacob Webb to Mendoza. Red Sox got home runs today from Marcelo Meyer, David Hamilton, and Trace Thompson. Meyer also had an RBI triple, and Roman Anthony delivered an RBI double. That's the scoring so far. Right-hander Webb Deals outside. Folks, it's Black and Gold Night on Fenway on April 9th. Join us to celebrate Bruins hockey and purchase tickets through this special offer to receive a Red Sox Bruins co-branded hockey jersey. Secure your tickets today at redsox.com/Bruins. Pitch is low. Crowd's a little juiced up now. They had t-shirt toss going on. Very exciting. This is one of the better venues, just atmosphere-wise, in the Grapefruit League. We're here on a Thursday afternoon. Place is nearly full. 2-1. Swing, foul back, and the count to 2-2 on the left hand hitting Mendoza. It's an older ballpark here in Lakeland. Talking about all of the history pregame with Mark Hayes. This has long been a connection between the Lakeland, which is, somewhat of a random area east of Tampa. 2-2, again fouled back. That has really become, not only a spring training home for the Tigers organization, but the center of the Tigers universe, because they play their Florida State League team games here as well, and people come to those. Got a big building out and right, a lot of fields obviously behind. And a line drive right at the third baseman, Miller. He didn't move his feet. He just reached his glove up and pulled it down. And there's one away to begin the bottom of the 8th inning. They got a great-looking berm, too.
Oh, listen, all spring training complexes are judged by the berm.
It's true. My favorite part of the berm, did you see the video of the guy, I think it was in Bradenton, coming down the berm to catch what was obviously a very important home run. Pitch is on the outside corner for a strike to Lorenzo from the righty Webb. And he's coming down the berm, and he just face plants, just absolutely eats it.
We should broadcast from the berm, to be honest with you.
I would love that. Pitch is swung on, hit in the air, center field. Long run Eaton towards the gap, under it, and he makes the catch. Great speed by Nate Eaton. That's why he's my pick. 2 down.
Yeah, no, listen. I don't want to minimize Nate Eaton's spring training. He's done a good job. He looks like a good player. Has some major league experience with the Royals. And this is the key, right? I mean, the Worcester is going to have a good team. They need guys, not only prospect, they need guys who are going to be ready to step in. We've seen it time and time again. Plenty of guys coming. Mickey Gasper, guy, we were so happy for him. What a great story.
2 down, nobody on. That pitch is swung on, chopped right at first. Nice pickup by Nathan Hickey, another Rusak. And he steps on the bag to end the inning. We go to the 9th. 6-4 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Hey everybody, it's Andy Hart here with Matt and Catherine. They made the decision to lose weight and improve their life together, both dropping 33 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss.
She came home so excited one day and said, I heard about Awaken 180. I'm so excited. You have to try it with me. It's not medication. It's not a shot. It's food. You're going to make meals. And I think that was one of the biggest selling points.
What makes Awaken 180 different is the maintenance program. Just to know that you get that support gives me the confidence to keep going. I think it's important for people to know how much more fun it is to do it with a partner. Just to have the support system, it's so much more helpful.
It's going to change your life.
Thanks, guys. Like any goal, accomplishing it with someone sharing the same goal makes it twice as easy and twice as rewarding. Grab a coworker, friend, or spouse and make your 180 with the solution for weight loss online at awaken180weightloss.com.
At the American Heritage Museum, we proudly celebrate Black History Month. Join us in Hudson, Mass. as we salute the courage of Black military heroes all month long and salute the sacrifices they made for freedom and equality.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
6-4 Sox as we go to the 9th in Lakeland late in this spring training game. Red Sox try to get to 2-3 in the Grapefruit League. First pitch from Lyle Lockhart is outside.
Joe Braverman with my walk-in music. Apropos, end of the game. Ace of Spades, good job, Motorhead. How can you not get pumped up for the 9th inning without that music? Let's go.
I felt it come up my spine there.
Ah, there you go.
Pitch upstairs to Turner.
I tell you, it's a big game when all the starters are still in the dugout. And we mentioned that before. There they are, Marcelo Meyer, Roman Anthony. They're all bunched together in the dugout. They haven't gone anywhere. There is no bus one.
Well, this is a big road trip, You go to Lakeland today, pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Tomorrow, Red Sox and Phillies. I think it's going to be cool because we're going to see Jesus Luzardo, I think, on the mound for Philadelphia. And so we'll get Crochet versus Luzardo, and then the top 3 of the Red Sox lineup. There's some juice to that.
Where would you power rank the Phillies right now?
Oh, in baseball, National League?
Well, I think that you kind of, you would put them above every team in the American League, wouldn't you?
Would I put the Phillies above every team in the American League?
That's the worst when people repeat the question. So you think.
Would I put the Phillies above any team in the American League? Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
So the question is, obviously everyone has the Dodgers number 1, right?
Yes.
You would go with that?
Yes, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The Phillies, I think people forget how good they are because they fizzled in the playoffs last year. But they have to be number 2, don't they?
Yeah, I think there are questions on that roster a little bit. I know the rotation is unbelievable. This pitch is grounded foul by Turner. The outfield is not fully solidified. Like, they're platooning in center, right? I think that's right.
Okay.
They got Austin
But
Hayes
look at their starting rotation.
I know. But the Yankees have a rotation that's the same as the Phillies, I think. That doesn't... There are teams around, but you don't think so?
No.
Zach Wheeler is better than any pitcher the Yankees.
Yeah, Zach Wheeler, Luzardo.
Yeah.
Nola.
I like Nola, but I don't think I would probably take Colin Freed. I'd take Crochet. Pitch is fouled into the mid. I might take Tanner Houck over Aaron Nola. Turner's down swinging one out.
I just think that, we can talk more about this tomorrow when we see him play, but I think people are forgetting how good the Phillies were last year. And they didn't lose anybody significant. They lost Jeff Hoffman.
So you think they're decidedly better than every other team in that division?
No, I didn't say decidedly. I think the Mets.
I'm just backing you to a corner.
No, I'm coming out fighting. I think the Mets are in that conversation. The Braves, you just can't discount the Braves at all because
the Braves are sick.
Right. Well, yeah, they have might take them a little bit because they have some guys, Strider and these guys are slowly coming back. But ultimately, even though they only added Profar, the guys that they have, there is a reason why they have the extensions because they're star players.
The guys who missed 2+ months for them. Olsen, Acuna, obviously, with a torn ACL. Strider was their opening day starter. It was the only start he made all season. Ozuna missed time. Ozzy Albies missed time. Michael Harris missed time. Every single guy I just named missed at least 2 months for them last year. Pitches outside Austin Riley. I think Sean Murphy was the only one of their stars that played more than 150 games.
So if we're gonna play the power ranking game, I'm gonna go with the Dodgers. I'm still gonna probably go with the Phillies. I'm gonna go with the Braves.
Pitch outside.
I'm gonna go with the Mets and Cubs are very similar to me.
I think the Mets are a lot better than the Cubs.
The only problem with the Mets, I just feel like they hit lightning in the bottle with the way they did the rotation before, and you already have Minaya who's hurt.
Ground ball, third base, backhand stop. Pacheco fell, got up, and throws out Tyler McDonough. 2 down. But I think they're like the Red Sox, where I believe in their pitching development, so I believe in their ability to get the most out of guys. And I know they lost. Frankie Montas is going to be out a while,
Well,
but like Clay Holmes.
Oh my God! I see. I just led you right into your Clay Holmes thing.
Clay Holmes is
you
unreal.
burst in the booth screaming about Clay Holmes.
Clay Holmes is good now.
He's good.
Yeah, sorry.
We don't know.
Nah, Clay Holmes, for those who don't care, added 2 pitches. He's now a starter for the Mets. He's unreal. I've bought in. Pitch outside. He might be their opening day starter.
Ultimately, though, I'm going to give you the Clay Holmes caveat.
Sure.
Jordan Hicks, he's doing what Jordan Hicks did last year. Jordan Hicks was unbelievable for a good stretch. You still have to get him to the end of the year.
Yeah. Pitch is swung on, hit in the air to right, and it's caught by the right fielder, moving over to his right. How's that for description? That does it for the top of the 9th. 6-4 Red Sox over the Tigers. 3 outs to go. Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
If you're a heating, cooling, or oil burner technician looking for a much better opportunity, it's time to talk to my guy, Scott McFarlane at McFarlane Energy. Up to $2,400 in safety bonuses every year. See McFarlaneEnergy.com/careers.
Save on sirloin steak and ground turkey today at Shaw's and Star Market. Right now, get value pack beef petite sirloin steak or 99% lean Shady Brook Farms ground turkey. Both just $3.97 a pound when you use a digital coupon. Limit 2. Sale ends today. When you shop with the Shaw's app, you get amazing deals and earn points on every purchase. Short on time? Order free curbside pickup or get delivery. USDA choice sirloin steak and ground turkey now on sale. Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
It's Elliot from Jordan's Furniture, and I have a favor to ask you. Go to your closet to see if you have a light new, gently used prom dress and bring it to any Jordan's Furniture store, Antoine's Cleaners, or Enterprise Bank. That dress will be professionally cleaned and given to a teen in need who might otherwise not be able to attend the prom. Your closet will be cleaner, your heart will be fuller, and I thank you.
You're listening to the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Network.
Now, back to the game on WEEI.
Red Sox closing in on a win, 6-4 lead over the Tigers as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning in Lakeland with Rob Bradford, Cooper Boardman. Sox got home runs in the day from Marcelo Meyer, David Hamilton, and Trace Thompson, and they lead. Hobie Harris throws the first pitch, and it swung on, hit high in the air, center field deep, and it's off the wall. Hensley had the swing, and now he has a double to lead off the 9th inning. Folks, host your next team building or client event at America's most historic ballparks. Secure exclusive hospitality areas for the biggest games of the year. Visit redsox.com/groups and click the group hospitality information to learn more. All right, so we're just, giving our major league predictions. So Dodgers, you got
power rank.
I got Dodgers
February
1.
27th.
I got Dodgers 1, Braves 2.
Okay.
Mets 3, Phillies 4.
Ooh, okay.
Juan Soto. Juan Soto.
I'm familiar with his game.
Yeah. Hobie Harris trying to get the Red Sox out of here with the win. He deals a strike. Dan, who's the best team in the American League?
Well, I think you still have to give the tip of the hat to the Yankees. And for me, it's the additions that they had. And you can say, well, Cody Bellinger and Goldschmidt and these guys aren't going to make up for Soto. That's fine. But what Max Fried does for them, and also what Devin Williams does for them, is incredible when you have Luke Weaver sitting there as good as he was.
They figured out their pitching development. Their bullpen's going to be good.
But I do think this, Coop, is that the dynamic, and I think this is so important, this is why the Red Sox, I'm really high on them, is that you have that dynamic of getting through the top of the order, like you had to do with the Dodgers and with the Yankees when Stanton was rolling last year with Judge and Soto, but Stanton now is already hurt.
And they're making that sound like it's a huge deal. Like, this is not just another Giancarlo Stanton injury.
No, and I think that's the problem for the Yankees is that you don't have that dynamic. And I don't really, if they were counting on Stanton being that guy, I don't know. Oh, another challenge.
A challenge. It was a ball, and it was challenged by the Red Sox, and it's still a ball beneath the zone.
And that one, so I didn't notice this before, but then they show exactly how far off the plate it is, and it was 1.3 inches low on the strike zone.
And Red Sox went 0 for 2 on their challenges today. Used them both up.
Spring training for everybody.
Called strike 3. Definitely a strike. Harris sliced off the outside corner. And there's a first out of the 9th inning.
Well, so I wouldn't imagine that when they decide to do the challenge that they can get any help. In other words, they can't say, hey, the replay person just saw this, go challenge it.
The point is that it is supposed to be within seconds of the pitch.
Yeah.
You all three of you, batter, catcher, and pitcher, the people that are empowered to challenge, they have the seconds right after the pitch to make their decision. And it's your gut. I mean, it either is or it isn't. I said this the other day, as pitch is a strike, the count goes to 0-2. Tying run is in the batter's box for the Tigers in form of Danny Soretti. I said this the other day, is that the situation with the challenges, no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, man on second. Hobie Harris delivers and gets a ground ball foul. A lot of things that organizations did is that they didn't let the pitcher challenge, because the guy that's on the mound throwing hard, falling off towards the first base side, who's the most emotionally invested in the pitch, is like the worst guy in the world to make that choice.
That's a good point.
And a pitcher, in my opinion, should never be able to challenge, because if it's that obvious, the catcher should make the choice. Swing and a miss, and there's 2 down.
Well, Hobie Harris blowing 98 right there.
Here's number 90,
Wait, did you see, obviously we've seen it, we saw it early in the game. Did you see it at key moments?
Yeah. Oh, change the complexion of a game.
Oh, nice.
And that's what's cool is like, to me what this is, as pitch is low, to me what this is we're not trying to get it right every second. And I think, people don't maybe want to hear that, but we don't need it to be exactly in the zone at every moment. It's 6-4 in the 9th inning of a spring training game. It doesn't need to be exactly right. As this is a ground ball hit through the left side, it's a base hit off the bat of Justice Bigby. Wave around third, and it's 6-5 in the 9th inning. RBI knock for Bigby off of Harris. But it doesn't need to be right in a 10-run game in the 7th inning. But what it does need to be right is when it's, runners on second and third and the guy gets punched out by 3 inches and it's not right. And that is what Major League Baseball and all of us want to eliminate from the game.
Do you feel like it'll ever get to the point where an umpire is just basically getting a buzz?
No. So the other thing that I'll say is I was in AAA last year, in the last couple of years, and they did for 3 days a week for a lot of the year, every single pitch was called by automatic balls and strikes. It was literally what you just said. And it was, and I love baseball very much, it was one of the most boring things I've ever seen. Because walk rate went up and strikeout rate went up because the zone's a little bit smaller. And there were fewer balls in play. Major League Baseball will never do it because it's worse. It's not... people on the internet, want to say that we should do it for every pitch. This is a swung on, hit high, and foul off to the right by Anderson. You don't actually want that. There's nobody on earth who wants that.
Well, it's sort of like with the pitch clock.
Right.
The people who were complaining about it hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
And to your point, in that respect, you see it, you say, this is how it looks, this is how it feels.
2-1. Swing and a miss, and the Red Sox are one strike away. But I think with two challenges, they've landed on a really good spot. And I also think that if they wanted to take it down to one challenge, I'd be in favor of that. Before I would say let's get back to 3. Red Sox are one strike away. Hobie Harris deals and misses low. Good stop by Colesbury. I also think it's telling the fact that it's not in the big leagues this year. Like they want to make sure they have it completely right, like the zone completely right before it goes into the big leagues. But you have to think it's going to be there in 2026.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been pretty seamless. Like today, for instance, it was pretty seamless. And it works. It's good.
3-2 is called strike 3. And the Red Sox come to Lakeland and win 6-5. Home runs from Meyer, Hamilton, and Trace Thompson. An RBI double by Roman Anthony. And the Kids lead the way in the win. Red Sox to 2-3 in the spring. Tigers to 2-3 as well on a day where Quinn Priester, Josh Winkowski, Michael Fulmer, and others pitched. We'll step aside one more time, come back, wrap it up, get you set up for one tomorrow. Some information as the Red Sox face Jesus Luzardo with the Kids in the lineup, most likely. We'll see as we roll on. Step aside one more time. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome to the Nissan Now sales event. Are you all right?
I wanted to get here before the best offers were gone.
You're just in time. Let me show you what we've got.